Hello and welcome to Tales of Initiative. I am your thirsty game master Matt, and I am excited to welcome you to the series finale of What Matters Most, a tale of thirsty sword lesbian ghost hunting pirates. Before we dive in, I want to thank our sponsor, Raven and Riddle Dice. We actually got two sponsors for tonight's game. First off, we have Raven and Riddle Dice. Go check them out on social media at Raven and Riddle, and also on their website, ravenandriddle.com. The art you see tonight for our characters, as well as the map of the Thicklands, is actually made by Sam, so if you would like some custom maps or some custom dice, go check them out and grab some for your home game. Our second sponsor tonight is TA Maps. Go check them out at linktree/TA Maps. That's all lowercase. And be sure to mention Tales of Initiative for a discount on your commission. The bigger the commission, the bigger the discount. And finally, if you want to follow us, check out our social media at Tales of Initiative, or join us here on the show by joining our Discord, where we talk about TTRPGs. We have a question of the week. We have all kinds of stuff. We might even be having a watch party for what is sure to be an incredible night of romance and silliness with our... If you like this game, if you like this show, go check out our upcoming Valentine's Day one-shot. It is incredible. You will be thrilled and amazed and tickled in all the correct ways. But in the meantime, it's time to dive in to What Matters Most. Where previously, the crew of the Impolite Strumpet met with the Madorai, their chief guider specifically, and the mother of Ika, the spirit they rescued all those days ago. They brought Ika and their family to the spirit tree, which they saw written on that weird map that the Dicks had created with their crazy, weird, kinky machine. If you don't know these acronyms, get in the lore. Get in the wiki. And you had a brief parley with Zargo from the Takwal tribe. And he was basically like protecting the area. You were able to parley with him, get allowed entry to the tree, in order for Ika to finally have a chance at doing her coming-of-age ceremony. And she chose to become a guardian and passing on into the next, as those still in the now shared soft words, smiles, tears, and dancing. While you were doing this, you also discovered from Zargo and another Takwal native, Bala, that their suspicions of outsiders were not entirely without cause, because the TERFs had already been here. They apparently had traded knowledge of these weird extra magical things in order to empower the Takwal's native ability of channeling the spirits of the ancestors, in exchange for knowledge of the nearby area that the Takwal had. Since then, Zargo and Bala have both had concerns about sort of the truthiness of what the TERFs said, and have sensed some unrest in the unseen in the area. And so they've been very wary and have now sort of asked you to follow up and investigate what's going on. Led by their guidance, you sailed upriver to a lake with several waterfalls from the nearby mountains. And I will actually cut to the map to give you all a little bit of an idea visually of where you've been going. So we started way down here. Actually, we started way over there, somewhere in the ocean here. And then we went to the gate all those days ago, where glory and the songbird and all that fun stuff happened. And then we went upriver, boo, 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 boo. My hand is disappearing, to that little spot up in the mountains with the tree and the two tribes. And now you are up at the lake where it says water pierces sky, because there were two things you found at that lake. One was a sort of group of mermaids that were very, very thirsty and were very, very eager to make new friends. Some of you wanted to, some of you didn't. And through acrobatics and some very saucy promises from Beal, you were able to avoid getting yourselves munchied on by all those tasty mermaids. And you also found a waterfall that was not a waterfall, it was going in reverse. It was a water rise. And you were able to follow that up in the ship, going up this waterfall and into where you now stand, this large cavern where there are several other ships docked on like this little like cove shoreline. Captain Skirche and Eustace have made quick work of getting the boat anchored, and you are now in this massive, cold cavern with a dark tunnel stretching out before you. Within, you can just barely hear what sounds like chanting voices carried on a strong wind. What do you do?
I lean over to Cass and go, "Do you think any of them are going to untie us anytime soon, or?"
From the mast above you hear, "Not until you stop. Not until you stop."
I find I'm quite liking the ropes, actually.
You know what? That's yeah, a little bit.
But I mean, that was the safest way to get up the waterfall.
Yeah.
But do you think we can go back to the mermaids?
I'm hoping for it. So,
maybe, like, if they're asleep, we can just go back on our own.
Yeah,
What?
you're not getting untied.
oh shit!
Never.
Are you listening?
We can hear you.
We're
Oh,
on the
damn.
deck with you. We're right
You're
next
not-
to you. We've been here the whole time.
I was whispering.
Not as well as you thought.
we're gonna
I'm
put
not
a
very
pin.
good at it.
We're gonna put a pin in there. We're gonna come back to that for sure.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Did
no.
you
Mermaids
hear-
are not the kind of eating out you want.
Oh!
Whoa!
At that, Abigail in Julie's hand just gets hotter.
Beal tries to wink at Jessie, but doesn't know how, so just blinks.
Are you okay, sweetie?
Yes. How do you do that? How does one only
you-
blink one? I don't understand.
Are you doing a code?
Not intentionally.
Do you hear something?
Well, if you would stop talking about going back to the mermaids, we might.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not that. It's like ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga.
Oh my god!
I think I hear something in the distance.
Can somebody please tighten her rope just a little bit tighter and like cut off air circulation, please?
Yes.
That would be fantastic. I'd appreciate that.
I just gently put one hand over Cass's mouth and just go, please, just for a minute, darling. Just give us a minute.
I absolutely go. And
Beal short circuits. There's two sides of Beal right now. One is wants to do the Dom thing, and the other one is like, I don't know how to do that. So, just short circuits for like 30 seconds or so.
Oh. I just look ahead and go, oh yeah, forgot we just pulled in and we should definitely see what's up ahead as well.
Oh. Well, we should probably check out who else is here, given the amount of ships there.
Yeah. Julie, could you untie me real quick?
No.
I don't think that's up to me. I'm afraid.
No.
I think you signed that off deal there.
we just Eustace, come be a good lad.
No.
Nope.
I have my orders, and he just nope.
Wait, who's
He just heard that Beal tone of no, and was just like,
No.
I'm not calling up that tree. No way.
Cass, I got this. Beal, sweetheart,
Yes, darling.
you're looking really, really, really good right now. And I just,
Well, thank you.
god damn, like, if I had to, like, I don't know numbers that well, but if I had to assign a number value to you, 10 out of 10 right now.
Thank you, darling.
Could you please untie these
that
ropes?
makes no.
Okay. All right. Well,
Beal, would you like to invite this to be an entice roll to see
Yes,
if
please.
somehow this flirting is good enough
Yeah.
to take the ropes off? Give
I
me
don't-
that entice, Jesse. Plus roll
Beal
plus
is-
heart.
Beal is not used to getting compliments, so this is wild, but is also just like, absolutely not.
I do lean over and this time intentionally, like, really whisper in Jesse's ear, if you lick her hand,
No.
I think that will work.
I still have my hand over your mouth. That hasn't stopped.
Oh, okay, then I'll.
If you lick her hand.
If I what? What are you saying? That's gonna be a 7.
I mean,
7. That's a big success. You gain a string on them unless you gain a string on Beal, unless Beal decides to instead to choose one. Get flustered and awkward, promise something they think you want, or give in to desire.
I am gonna lean in close and go, darling, we could practice this more later, but you do need to stay tied up at the minute.
And you just hear.
I mean, one second. I'm gonna go and consult Julie really quick and just be like, they should stay tied up, right?
Well, do you want to go down and check out the ships in the tunnel alone, or do you want to bring them with us?
You hear in your head Abigail's voice. I'll go.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. At least we have one. Not on your own. You can go with me. Not going on your own.
I mean, if you have to watch everyone else, I can go scout out ahead.
I mean, I can watch them and I can see you from up here. I mean, I'm good at jumping on things, so I can come to your aid if necessary. And stay here and make sure that these lovely ladies are well behaved, let's say. For now.
Yeah, none of those words are usually in a sentence with Cass and Jessie.
No, I know. I'm trying something new. I'm hoping it sticks, but we'll see.
Good luck. Just, don't fall for the puppy dog eyes like you usually do.
I think I'm getting
you're
better.
doing better.
I'm trying.
You're
I'm
doing
trying to get better. It's
I'm just
hard.
saying track record. Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You're not wrong. I will call out for you if I feel myself starting to give.
Hey, Beal, these ropes are getting really uncomfortable.
See what I mean?
Blushes.
I just wish I could get out and hug you or something.
Don't worry, Jessie. It's just all the more build-up for later. Right, Beal?
Yes, that's it. The more frustrated you are now, the better it will be later, right?
I'm going to fucking hang out with the mermaids.
Sentence should have ended many words sooner.
Abby is so flustered. She just shoots out of Julie's hand, is just off the boat. Just boop.
I'd better go after.
While that happens, can I just go up and very quietly whisper to Jessie, do you whatever you say I will accept and honor, and it's fine. Do you like this rope thing?
I look at Cass and see if Cass is nearby, and then I look back. I mean, it's kind of, maybe.
I mean, because I'll take this jump first. I personally enjoy tying you up, and I think it would be more fun in a consensual context if that's where we're headed. If you're okay with that, if you're not, forget I said anything, and I'll just be over here.
I feel like Beal's feelings ticked up, so you're at 4 feelings for that interaction. Also, miles away, Gloria's called it.
Fucking Glory, wherever she's at. Lean in and go. Don't tell. Cass is right there. I'm trying to be very strong, but
I mean, it's a small ship.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Yes, we can. I'll make you a deal. If you stay here and forget about the mermaids, this is something we can explore very deeply in the future.
Okay, that's a deal. But, sweetheart, I really think I should be untied just to help you guys. I will not go for the mermaids.
I don't yet believe you. And in an effort to save your life, I'm going to leave you as is for now. If shit goes down, I will let you out. Because I have chosen to believe that you and Cass would choose us over mermaids if it came down to that. I think. not sure, but it's if we need your help, I will absolutely untie you. But right now, let's just stay safe. I'm going to go and listen for the other ones in case they need me.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll just be here.
Okay, fantastic. I shall be back as soon as I possibly can.
Okay.
Bright red, flustered, climbs the mast and is just like watching everything.
Well done.
I tried so hard. I'm sorry. I thought we'd
You
get out.
got so far.
And in the end, it didn't even matter. So.
No, she just wants you. I think she wants you to want her.
She's doing a pretty goddamn good job. I'm trying to.
Right?
Holy fuck. Oh my god. Anyway, Jesus Christ, we gotta get out of these fucking ropes.
Abigail and Julie, what are you doing?
I'll wait for Julie.
Yeah, Julie, you hop down off the ship. You're there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back in normal human form.
You alright?
You see the cavern sort of stretching ahead into darkness.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I just asked if you were alright.
Oh!
Jumped off the ship, like, pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm alright. Why wouldn't I be alright? Everything's fine. Yep, let's go.
Convincing? Okay.
Totally legit.
Alright, I suppose we should better take a look at something. I'm not good with enclosed spaces, though.
Abigail will take your hand then. You're alright. We'll be alright.
Hand holding. It's getting lewd already.
We didn't just have a whole consent discussion about bondage, not even a little.
yeah. The hand holding.
It's the hand holding.
The hand holding, that's what does it.
Yep.
Sinners. Moving ahead into the cavern, it eventually starts to you can see that this hallway wasn't like I say hallway, it's more just like you can see that this cavern is probably naturally formed, but it's mostly it's like wide enough that you can see pretty easily move through it. It starts to open up, and you can see that like the floor here is pretty smooth. It's obviously been worn by a lot of foot traffic, and you start to see stacks and stacks of bookshelves moving forward in front of you in this sort of like labyrinth library. A little bit away, as you can see like flickering, glowing motes of light from little sconces and torches that are lit, and they are arranged around tables that have various things scattered across them. It's a little bit far away. You'd have to move closer to see anything.
Is there anybody else around?
That chanting is kind of getting a little bit louder and more distinct. You're occasionally catching some more clear chakas, although the ugas are still very vague. But you don't see anyone, any persons close.
Can I check to see what's like on the tables?
Sure. You'll have to move close enough that you would technically be leaving line of sight of the ship. But you absolutely can do that. There's nothing impeding your walking that way.
Okay. I'll like lean out a little bit and see if I can see Beale. Just kind of give
you can see the ship more than Beale.
Okay. Just in case Beale can see us, I'll just kind of like put a finger out like 1 second and then like move in.
Okay. Scattered across the desk, you can see books open. Some of these books look like they are made of unusual materials, like they're written on like wood and stone instead of paper or vellum. And you do see large rolls and scrolls of vellum laid out with this weird like glowing ink written across it. And nearby you can see husks of those peaches from the spirit tree that you saw earlier, like cracked open near mortar and pestles and other little bottles of things that looks like it's been used for some sort of experimentation in whatever this ink is.
Can I read any of it?
Reading it, it looks just like weird symbols and stuff.
Hmm.
You'd maybe see a little bit of familiarity with like some of the trinkets and maybe like the wall hangings that Shepard had in their little tea shop, but none of it strikes you as something that you can read or easily understand.
Okay. I'm just gonna like grab anything that seems important and like put it in my pocket.
Okay. You got it.
Okay.
You do hear, as you're doing that, you hear one of on these stacks of books, bookshelves, you see like several ladders positioned in that sort of like scrolling ladder thingy, and you hear one of those sliding off in like the near distance, maybe like a couple stacks away, and some low muttering.
I'll like move a little closer and like look around.
Okay. You looking for the source of that noise?
Yeah.
You could see, like peeking around the corner, you can see that there is a, looks like a male up on the ladder that is like combing through books, and he is dressed. Let me find my notes here. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Definitely looks very much like if someone from the Harry Potter verse like shopped exclusively at Hot Topic. Like lots of like bangly armbands and like their like wizard robes, like very clearly wizard aesthetic sort of thing, are like infused with like strips of leather and like little like fasteners and chains here and there. Like you're pretty sure you see a wand that has a chain running to a pocket. Like it's not a chain wallet, it's a chain wand.
That's handy, so you don't ever lose your wand. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that way you don't lose it. It's practical and aesthetic.
You can
I
Expelliarmus
love
all you
that
want.
so
it's not gonna-
much.
Form and function. Yeah, you
Expelliarmus all
expel
you
your
want,
arms and
yeah.
it just flips around and like gives you a little spank and then you pick it back up.
Ooh. Also function.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spank me harder, wizard daddy.
No.
I knew it was gonna go there, and I was just sitting here praying it wouldn't. Oh.
But they don't seem to.
Nope.
He doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
okay.
I'll lean back into Julie and whisper, what should we do?
Do you hear or see anybody else around?
I don't.
Okay. So
If you'd like to scout it out more effectively, one of you will need to roll a Defy Disaster move with Grace.
My grace is crap.
Same.
Okay, what's
This
yours?
is great.
Go
What's
for
yours?
it.
Too bad you're on a mast.
You got
Alright.
him out of mast.
My grace is nothing.
Take a good hard look.
Mine's also nothing.
Mast,
Alright.
huh?
Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Do you want to try to roll, or do you want me
Sure.
to?
Yeah. I'll roll. I
Okay.
don't mind. I'll give it a
Alright.
dash.
Alright.
7.
7. That is a mixed success. So I will say that you could find out more information and get a understanding of what's happening in here, but you will be noticed doing it. Or you could fall back and sort of report what you already know.
It's quite clear that the tunnel continues going down, right?
Yes, the library sort of continues winding on. And I'll say that Abigail you're able to notice, like, leaning over, you see that same figure. They pull a book, yes, slide down the ladder, and they start walking off, and you can see, like, several shapes moving in the distance, and they're being, like, lit from behind with, like, a glow. So you can see that, like, you can get closer and figure out what's happening here, but you will definitely be in the open and most likely noticed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should go get the others.
You do
To
that.
be honest.
I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna try to get a little closer. They might not notice me because I can be a sword and it's really small and I can be in the corners. I'll be okay. Just hurry.
Fine. But if you get caught, I'm gonna kick your ass when we find you.
Okay.
Julie will give Abigail a kiss and run straight back to the ship.
Yeah, Abigail like blushes and then just pops in the sword form and like kind of rolls forward.
Abigail, give me a defy disaster with plus grace still, because you are trying to be like sneaky and subtle. I'm gonna say that it's a -1 as the result of the mixed success in the last one.
It's a -1.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6.
Okay, we'll see what happens later.
All right.
Julie, you're able to make it back to the ship. You don't know. You're not there.
Beal.
Yes.
So we might need your help.
Okay. Do we need the other two?
I don't exactly know how many of them there are because like it's like a big underground kind of library thing and there's glowing ink and like weird handmade books and stuff. I don't know, I couldn't read it. Anyway, Abigail's in there and they're like there was a wizard dude.
Books, you say? Eustace is clearly perked up.
Yeah,
Eustace,
books.
Okay, let's see. I think it wouldn't be smart to leave the other two tied up on the ship here, so I think we need to bring them with.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that without them running back to the mermaids, but shall we have a talk with them? They might listen to you. They haven't listened to me. But you're scarier than I am, so.
Not trying to be, but okay.
Well, no, you're not like in a mean way, but just that you are a werecat. Like that's.
I suppose.
I just.
Fair
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I just wanted you to like.
No, I'm not
it was a
offended,
compliment. I just want you to. Okay.
It's okay, Beal. It's fine.
Alright.
I mean, you're not insulting me. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Okay. I don't want.
I'm
you
just still
to-
not used to the whole werecat thing.
Oh, listen, 100% fair, and I actually personally am getting along with you better in this form. I don't think it's the form. I think it's much just the fact that we're preventing this craziness and have mildly bonded over it. I hope. But yeah, maybe if you talk to them, they'll listen to you.
All right, I'll give it a go. Yeah, Jessie, Cass.
How long have we been away from the mermaids at this point?
You've been long enough away that like the siren's call is not affecting you. I'd say at the most
Okay.
it's like curiosity. You're not magically charmed or anything like that.
No, I got you.
Julie, do you think you can let us
Yeah.
out of here?
Yeah, I can untie you, but see, there's a little catch. All right,
Always. a
Abigail's
catch.
in this cave, and there's a load of people like chanting and things. Might be dying. Don't know. I'm kind of pissed off about it, to be perfectly honest. And if either of you turn tail and run when your friend is in trouble, I will personally lynch you.
Why would I run? My friend is in trouble. I'm going to go save them.
Yeah, what the hell?
Then I'll untie you and let's go.
Yeah.
Fair?
But why am I tied up in the first place?
Because you kept
Were
trying to
you
run off and get with a
planning
fish
something
lady.
With me? A fish lady? I mean, that does
Yeah.
sound like me.
It was not pleasant. There was a lot of teeth. It would not have been comfortable.
No, it wouldn't have been fun for anybody.
Yeah, like they said, it was pretty hot. So
It may have.
Jessie,
Beal
you know,
looks
if you weren't
disappointed and
into
mildly
Beal,
crushed in
I'd
the
be-
background.
I'm feeling better. I'm
Jessie-
just saying it was an interesting experience. Okay, Abigail's in trouble. Let's.
Yeah.
I'm
What's the holdup?
I'm with. Let's go. Let's do what we can, and then we'll go to the mermaids. So
Great.
I would
Untie
like
the
to
two
see
of
them
them,
again
then
before
Agree
we
to
leave.
that!
I'd like to see them again before we leave. Just be like,
No!
"Hey, girls, it's nice to see you."
something about curiosity and cats or something. If you could just let us out, that would be fantastic.
Okay, the one of us who is closest to a cat showed no inclination. So I'm going to just
But
flat
which
out
is
refute
weird
that.
because cat like fish. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something's fishy there.
But
Yeah, it
cats
might be a
don't like
primal instinct.
dying.
True.
They don't
I
like
also don't like
water
water
either.
that much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Entirely fair.
Really, it's a really weird place for you to be on a
Wet
ship.
is
then,
okay.
isn't it?
Water, not so much.
How do you like?
Weird place for you to be on a
It took me a
ship.
second.
Weird.
We gotta
Weird.
go.
We gotta go.
Yeah,
Why
yes,
are
let's
we-
go.
I'm
Friends,
coming.
trouble.
You're able to
Time.
untie them. And
Untie them and yeah.
And I'm just shouting at the top, I'm coming, Abigail!
You hear Cassandra's voice,
Quiet.
I'm coming, Abigail, like echo down the hallway as you pop into sword form. And you're like, oh no. And it's like, you just like tuck up against the shelf and you're just like, maybe no one heard that. And there's this, you don't see anyone like moving around or anything, but you do sense this like, this feeling of gravity pulling you towards that weird glowing light. And when you sort of turn, like you don't have eyes as a sword, but I imagine you still have like a perspective. You have a sense
Yeah.
of like directionality to your observations. And when
Yeah.
you sort of focus your senses that direction, it looks like this spiraling circle with like these lashing tendrils around just a void of darkness. And you feel yourself all at once just like you don't have a stomach, but like that sense of like your stomach dropping, and you are pulled, and you feel yourself get clasped into the hand of the edgy wizard from before. How serendipitous. This might be just what we needed.
I'm gonna say in his head, you better put me down.
He like cocks an eyebrow. They're here. And you see 5 other figures sort of like moving out from away from whatever this glow is. You're a little bit closer, so you can see this glow is like coming from this weird giant ring that's carved into a far cavern wall, and there are several cloaked figures like sitting around a glowing sigil that's been carved into the ground and are doing this like weird chanting noise. And you hear the unmistakable voice of Lady Beguila say, well, then we should go greet our guests.
I
You...
Okay. I'm sorry, I was reading the move. I think I can use help me here.
Ooh. Let's go look at Help Me.
Is this Rhonda or...
Is this Rhonda? You're a magnet for trouble and hunted by those who would use you for their own purposes. Others mark XP when they defy disaster that would otherwise befall you. In addition, whenever you're captured, your captor reveals something they hope to achieve. Gain a string on them and mark XP. So gain a string on them and mark XP. Who are you gaining a string on? Ooh. Okay. I know who you're gaining a string on.
Okay.
But, actually, yes. I will do it that way. So you're not gaining that string. You're going to gain a string on the person who is holding you right now.
I'm Pinocchio, bitch.
Which I'm just going to mark as a bunch of S's right now, so I don't spoil any names. But you hear the man holding you say, yes, it is almost complete. You just need to stall them a little bit longer. And they start heading out towards the cove where the ship is docked. Is everyone else moving in to join the fray?
Yeah, I feel like this is like a
Mhm.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine like montage where we're all walking da 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 da. You know, like we're all getting our weapons ready, like
Yep, absolutely.
flexing the
So
neck and
all-
the rotating shoulder. And
You all walk into this library with these stacks of books rising up on all sides of you, kind of giving this like vertigo, claustrophobia, hemmed in feeling to things. And up ahead, you see, stepping into the firelight, the strange wizard that you haven't met before. Although Julie and Julie saw them before. Sort of like holding Abigail sword form in his hand, flanked on both sides by Lady Beguila to his right, and to his left, Loney Trusk is standing there in his ill-fitting dad bod gear with socks and Crocs. You see,
I feel
just like
attacked
tucking
right
out,
now.
just tucking out from behind Lady Beguila. You see Suzette, still in her prim and proper sort of reserved assistant's dress, and there's one more figure standing at the back that sort of moves forward. She is tall, also dressed in sort of like wizardly sorcerer gear with sort of like it's like green crushed velvet. Her hair is spun into a tight bun with like a spike going through it, and she has little half-moon glasses sitting at the very edge of her nose as she steps up. And anyone who's been in a bookstore in recent decades recognizes the visage of T.L. Dowling. So good of you to join us.
Ah,
Yay.
taking inspiration from real books, I see.
What are you talking about? All of my ideas are original.
Yeah.
I think Abigail's trying to get out of the grasp of this guy.
Okay. Give me a Defy Disaster with Spirit.
Okay. Eight.
8?
Yep.
You are able to sort of, let's see. I'm going to give you a choice. You can get out of his grip and just like force fly across the room to Julie. But you will take a condition in doing so.
You know what? I'm gonna stay here.
You gonna stay in his grip?
Yeah, but instead, can I try to figure it out?
Yes.
Okay.
You yeah, I'll give you some more information with this figure them out roll. So give me a plus wit.
Oh, my wit's horrible. I'm not smart. Okay.
I believe in you. You got this.
Wit is my strong point.
7.
7? That's good
Yeah.
enough. You get 2 questions and he gets 1.
Right.
And I will say, if you want to, this is bordering on a physical conflict, so you could use your Truths of Heart and Blade questions if you wanted to.
Ooh, sweet. Okay. Where is that? Here we go. You know what? Yes, I'm going to ask him, what would you give your life to protect?
There is... You get this sense from them. He sort of respond like, you're asking this mentally in his mind, or is this like just like you're getting a sense of him spiritually at this moment?
I'm trying to get a sense of him.
Okay.
Like I am like in his mind. I'm trying to like
Yeah.
figure it out.
You could tell that he is deeply ingrained in like the TERF mindset, but out of a sense of like loyalty more than belief. It's almost like there's a debt that's owed that he's trying to pay off.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him, what do you hope to get from using me and these spirits?
You can feel him fighting you, trying to like fly out of his grip, and you just get this like sense of like power to be in control. Not just, and you get the. I'll expound on that a little bit. Control of not just like the world exterior, but something about them himself.
Okay. I'm gonna say in his mind, as I'm like still kind of struggling, I'm gonna say, you're scared, aren't you?
He doesn't respond. He just sort of looks down at you, and he's just wondering, how could I get you to give up? Stop this folly.
There's definitely, as much as she tries to like suppress it, he could probably definitely tell getting to her friends, getting to Julie and Viola especially.
He sort of looks over at Miss Dowling, and she like makes eyes at him and is like, "She's yours, isn't she?" And Lady Beguila, you can see, is already like cracking her neck, and like her fangs are elongating, her ears are sharpening. She's getting that like vampire mode look to her. Oh yes, that one's mine. We are students of the world. Let's see what it is capable of. We don't want to put our eggs in an empty basket. Release it, Sam. And the wizard person, who you now know is named Sam, just like, hey, there's a reason, and it's not about you. I'm sorry, Sam.
Now,
I
Sam
trust
feels
you. I was
attacked.
just shocked.
Yeah.
Sam is a good name.
What?
It's a good name, but the implication that I might ever be any kind of turfy is offensive.
Explore
I trust
that
you,
idea.
Matt.
I love it.
I trust you.
Follow that white rabbit. And Sam just sort of like flicks and sends Abigail flying over towards Julie. And at the same time, you can see him like pull out the wand and like flick it around, and you can see just like shards of metal spring into existence through the air and solidify into this weird like amorphous shrapnel blade.
Seems small.
Hey.
Expected bigger.
Size doesn't matter if you know how to use it. And
Keep telling yourself that.
But he says that a lot.
you see Lady Beguila pull out her rapier. Suzette is pulling out her like short, like sort of blunted flat blade, and is just looking across at Cassandra with a look of like, this will be fun. And you see Loney Trusk is like he like pulls back one of his like button down sleeves, and he's got this like what looks like a Nintendo like gamer pad on his wrist, and he like pushes some buttons, and this like little like weird black and green sword appears in his hand, and they're all looking like they are ready to fight.
He needs assistance.
Since this is such a big group, and normally TSL doesn't have a notion of initiative, but since this is a full down knockout drag out brawl, let's all roll a d6 just to see where we're going, so I can keep some sort of semblance of order. We'll still go loosey-goosey. If you need to like defy disaster or intervene in another person's situation, don't feel like the turns are rigid. This is just to make sure that I could keep progress of what's happening.
The D6s
Six.
continue to show their love with a 2.
I got a full
Nice.
6.
I got a 6 also.
The first time my dice have
Oh.
ever rolled well for me.
Beal and Julie, who wants to go first?
Julie, go first if you want to.
Yeah, Jessie got the 6.
Jesse,
I got 5.
sorry.
Oh,
Jesse.
yeah. She's been whooping my ass for the last episode, so you may go first.
Don't make me go first.
Okay. Jesse first, then
sub
Beal,
is submissive
and then
to you. The dom gets to go
Julie, you
first.
got a 5.
Mhm.
And then Abigail, you're sort of going like merged turns with Julie, so I'll just put you right after.
Okay.
Unless you roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So we've got Jessie, Beal, Julie, Abigail, and Cassandra. Jessie,
That sounds about right.
you. Hey, you rolled a 2. It's fine.
I know.
I think you're a little bit off guard, maybe, because you're not sure what's up with Suzette. Where it's like she's technically facing off and looking like she's ready to attack, and it's like you're not sure what's happening there. Jessie. Oh, I forgot. There is one other person I forgot to mention who is joining this fray. You see,
Lucifer.
right? No, it's not Lucifer. Jessie, right as you're about to like go forward towards this group, you see Arnold Sinclair moving out from one of the stacks of the books. He does not have his claymore that you left the note on, and you can just see him like just looking just fucking epic levels of disappointed.
He has a pair of chopsticks.
He like reaches up and like kind of looks at his wrist in this weird like kind of like old man using technology kind of way, and doesn't really know what he's about to do, but just like squeezes on this like chonky, big, thick, like spiky bracelet, and a crackling red, like Kylo Ren style version of his claymore springs into existence in his hand.
Ooh.
Dad, I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna knock some sense into you and take you back home.
Hey, Dad. I'm dating a girl, and fuck you, and just run directly at the whole army of them. I don't.
I'm going with. Can I kiss Jessie on the way to just scare the fuck out of her dad? Can we impose the afraid condition?
Can we impose it? Hold on, I love this. I want one of you to do a fight move, and actually, Beal, so this is your idea. Beal,
Okay.
roll fight with heart.
Okay.
And see if you could just fight him with the gay.
If we can fight him with the gay.
Yeah.
Just impose a condition by being gay in his direction.
Just being so gay right up in his face that he can't help but take a condition.
I'm gay in your general direction.
I'm gay in your general direction. I gay at you. Haha.
Hey, spit.
You get to choose 2, and your opponent chooses 1.
Okay.
Flirt with or provoke your opponent. It's definitely not flirt with.
It's
and
not.
gain a string on them. So you can gain a string. You can inflict a condition. You can create an opportunity for your ally through prowess or distraction, or you could take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
So we get 2. I would like to impose a condition.
Okay.
I'm hoping for angry or frightened. I'm hoping for frightened, but I trust you.
Let's see here. Frightened probably makes sense. Frightened or like hopeless, like ugh.
I mean, if we're taking the literal definition of homophobia.
Oh, I'm down for it. That's 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, frightened, definitely.
Fantastic. And can I take a superior position?
Yes.
Fantastic.
The superior position is kissing Jessie. No.
It's kissing Jessie.
That
I will
is
say
very superior.
It is the most superior condition in Beal's head. So
it really is. Yes.
Okay, I like it.
A reminder of the environment, because we actually talked about this way back in session 0. Superior position. There are fucking ladders with rolly wheels all over this library.
Because Beal is up and has Jessie's back and is just like ready to drop down on a motherfucker. Let's go.
Nice. So you just like do this kiss, and he's like about to rush in. It's just like, no, don't like that. And you just sprint and like leap onto one of these ladders and are just careening across one of these sloped library walls.
Hell yes.
Ready to kick some ass. Okay, Jessie.
Sword out, just going.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Really quick question. On a playbook move, is there a cooldown on playbook moves? Like, if I use one...
Not unless it says, like, only once per scene or something like that. Otherwise, you can just crank in those things off.
Alright, fuck it. I
The
am going
refractory period on moves is instantaneous.
fucking after we did that kiss, like I'm just really excited. I fucking start swaying a bit, and I use Astral Dance, a move I took from Spooky Witch, and jump across to just fucking haymaker my dad.
Yes, I love it. Yeah.
I'm making it very clear. I'm trying not to kill him, but I am trying to like. I know we don't kill, but like.
Yeah. No, what I'll say is, like, normally Astral Dance is like, I want to go somewhere that's far away to, like, narratively impose yourself in a different place. But I love the fucking flavor. So just do a fight with grace, and if you do, like, we'll narrate the Astral Dance into it somehow.
Let's fucking go. All right.
Because I am addicted to flavor and I want it.
Yes, good, good.
We don't fuck with British food in this house.
That is gonna be a fucking 9. Let's go.
9, epic, love it. So you get to choose 2, and the opponent chooses 1. So I'd say with a 9, you like just like blink out of existence for a second, and just like are right there next to him swinging.
I'm so sorry. And what ones can I choose one more time? Let me.
Inflict a condition, gain a string, create an opportunity, or take an object or seize a superior position.
Condition, and I'm gonna open an opportunity for an ally, and seeing Beal fucking swing across on the ladder, I'm like, I go for the haymaker to distract him, and then hopefully my new girlfriend fucking jumps over and beats the shit out of her or him.
Nice.
I condition, definitely fucking, if he's not angry already, please make him angry. Because
you just straight up like cold cock him, and he is absolutely pissed. You hear him like, "Your mother was worried sick. You've probably never thought about her."
You didn't think about me at all. What about me, Dad? How about that?
You want the Jessie I raised? Who are you?
I'm gonna.
So I have some special stuff happening on
Moment.
conditions for all of these characters. I didn't hear you, but you might have done the thing already. So with that one, you can answer truthfully, and Arnold gains a string on you, or you can avoid the question and take a condition. This is in addition to the normal results of the fight move. So basically, all of these NPCs are acting like boss monsters, so they're going to be doing stuff when you inflict conditions to them.
I'm not the Jessie.
Can I possibly fuck with this?
Maybe.
And drop down on him, just screaming, "She's perfect! Stop it!" So that Jessie doesn't have to answer that question?
I'm going to say you'd have to defy disaster to do that.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I will say that's defy disaster with daring specifically.
Hell yeah. Ooh, 9.
9, hell yeah. So you get to ignore the negative effects of that condition, and you immediately like strike down on Arnold and just like distract him from that conversation. But he is able to like just quickly swing out and just like smack Jessie away, and you could tell that like if he wasn't distracted, he's definitely like he's swinging for real. There's no like holding back to him at this moment. So I think he's going to inflict a condition. It's up to you what it is. Maybe frightened or insecure are the ones that jump to mind, just because your dad is just straight up not pulling punches right now, and that's kind of weird.
I would be frightened. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, I would definitely be frightened.
Yeah, and your opponents don't necessarily know what your conditions are, but just for tracking mechanical purposes. Cool. So that was the one in response to the fight. You did defy disaster. Julie, you're up.
I'm gonna assume Julie's being left to deal with Abigail in one hand and her own sword in the other, Sam and Lady Beguila.
Yeah. You can totally rush Lady Beguila and Sam. 100%.
Yeah. Oh yes, let's do that. Yeah, we will. We'll do that. And can I use BDE as well? Can I enact that as well?
BDE.
The
Oh, I remember reading this move once, but I need to remind myself what it does. When you make it clear to your foes that you're the biggest threat, then for the rest of the scene, whenever you roll a 10+, you may choose someone present to be impressed or intrigued with you. Once during the scene, when you gain a string on someone, cool. So that's just like an active buff you can declare. What are you doing to like make it clear that you're the big head honcho threat here?
I'm gonna put my own sword away and jump at her claws out for the throat first. Like, ignoring the fact that her vampire teeth are out, ignoring the fact that her weapon is out, just go for it. I'm annoyed.
Nice. Hell yeah. I love it. Absolutely. So now for the rest of this scene, whenever you roll a 10+, you could choose someone present to be impressed or intrigued with you. And once during the scene, when you gain a string on someone, gain an additional string on someone else who considers you an enemy. So you can basically farm a lot of strings out of this. So yeah, roll that fight move. This is definitely fight with daring, 100%.
100.
It's actually your choice, daring or grace, but I think you're built daring.
Yeah, I am. That's still only a 5 though. So
Yay! Roll like me.
Mark that XP for that downbeat. And let's see here. What's the first thing that happens? Let's see here. You see Lady Beguila is like ready for it, and just like her like vampire claws of her own are out, and she's just like dodging and swiftly moving in that like Alucard Castlevania like after image way, where she's just moving super fast. And you can see not you necessarily because you're focused in. Others see TL Dowling like, use your anger, little kitty. And you can see she like tosses this little like red mist over towards Julie. Julie, you are just like everything is just going straight up red. You can either have -1 ongoing for the rest of this scene on everything, or your next thing, you must fight against an ally. You gotta attack. You are absolute battle rage mode. Crazy. You cannot distinguish friend from foe right now.
Actually, can I use the sword that protects to take that condition instead of Julie?
Oh, this is not a condition. This is a downbeat consequence.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's okay. No, but that's good. I'm almost tempted to say yes, but I want to hold off on that. Bring it up again in the future. I might let you do that because these aren't like actual conditions. These are just special, like arena effects.
Got it.
Cool. That's it. That was the consequence for that downbeat. Abigail, you're up. If you could do any while you're in sword form, you can't do any fight moves or any danger moves specifically. But if there's any other moves you want to do, you can totally do those.
It's a wielder move. I have something. Oh, can I use Don't Give Up to emotionally support Julie?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So roll either plus spirit or plus heart.
They're both +2, so I think I'm gonna do plus heart. That is a 9.
9. Alrighty.
I'm gonna say, in Julie's head, don't let them get to you. You're not a monster. Don't make them one. Don't let them make you one.
Nice. So normally you would get to choose one, but because, oh my gosh, there's so many modifiers on this. Because you use Don't Give Up. Julie, if you open up, you can clear a condition for free, basically, and then you can also pick your normal stuff.
okay, yeah. Like in the heat of the moment, Julie's gonna be like very frank and just be like, "They're not the ones that made me a monster." That's already what I see in a mirror.
You're not a monster. You're beautiful and lovely and one of the best people I know.
Let's see.
So are you.
Julie, you get to pick 2 more things. You can that clears your guilty condition.
Sweet.
You could clear another condition because of the special don't give up move, but you don't have any other conditions. You could mark XP, gain +1 forward, or gain insight from me on some problem facing the 2 of you.
Ooh.
And you can pick 2 of those because you are smitten with Abigail, so you get bonuses from the emotional support move.
Okay, sick, awesome. Yeah, so that unmarks the guilty, and can I get insight? Yeah.
Yeah, and you can pick 1 more as well. So mark XP or +1 forward.
+1 forward, please.
Cool.
Thank you.
Insight. What are you specifically looking for insight on?
I want to know why they were specifically like so excited that they had Abigail. Why Sam thought that they could use Abigail. Why specifically like that? They're interested in us because we seem pivotal or something.
You're like sniffing the air, and you can smell that sort of like weird sense in the air when the boundaries between the now and the never are very thin. It feels like it might be useful for them to have it unseen to use as to further whatever this weird thing that they've got going on in that back room is. That is going to lead us to Cassandra. Cassandra, you're up. What are you doing?
All right. Who was it that was focusing on me?
Loney is looking like he has some angst that he wants to get out, and is looking at you. Suzette is also there, and you can see her like kind of assisting to help Lady Beguila, but she's also sort of just like she's not. You can see like she's not helping that much.
Are the 2 of them relatively close together, Loney and Suzette?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'd like to do, if this is possible, I want to like jump on one of the ladders, like Beauty and the Beast style, like Bella, just as I swing around, and then I want to like hit one of the stoppers at the end and kind of like jump off, and I want to take my the cane part off my sword, and I want to see if I can like daredevil throw it like off of Loney's head, so it'll hit him and like bounce back. Like I want to stun him a little bit. Yes. And then when I land, I want to use the blade to like flick off the top button off Suzette's shirts. And I want to be like, Suzette, dear, this is your time to break those shackles and free with me. And I want to kind of heat of the moment taunt her into joining us.
Heat of the moment. So many moves. I love it. We're busting out all the stuff.
So the it's more of a like the cane end of it's just more of a distraction kind of thing. If it doesn't do any real damage, I hopefully can get it to bounce back where I can catch it. But if not, then it is what it is.
Yes. I'll say that the heat of the moment is like what you're doing primarily. So you're not going to be fighting Loney so much as you're going to be doing the heat of the moment. So roll plus daring, and let's see what this does.
Yeah, this is more of a that was more just to have him step back a step or 2.
Oh, I love it. Narratively, you're totally in position to be able to pull this off.
It is a 9.
That is a 9. They choose 1.
Wait. I apologize. I rolled a 9, but it's plus 2, so 11.
Hell yeah. Nice. Upbeat. They'll do it in exchange for a small concession or reassurance. And I think the small concession here is a very easy one. Her button just goes flying, and you see her just like that scene in Legend of Zorro. She just like flicks her sword as well and like knocks away one of your buttons. Fair's fair.
I agree. I only wish I had Rip now.
Not gonna lie, I couldn't remember if you took Rip or not, but I wanted to set it up. Oh, I love it. Alrighty, we're back to the top. Jesse, what are you doing?
I am jumping off of the back of Beal and going back to my dad and trying to wipe.
Give me that fight move.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark as well. You said his sword is coming out of a bracelet on his wrist.
The sword is like separated from it. There's maybe like a tiny little bit of tether of energy to it, but it's not like It's clearly a magical blade at this point.
Okay, alright. Okay, then I'm going straight at him. That is a 6.
That is a 6.
6.
Mm-hmm.
6 total. You added modifiers and everything?
Wait,
Mark that
hang
XP?
on. Yeah, nope, that's 6. That's 6.
Hey!
That's a 6.
Oofers! Let's see here. What did I have? Let's see here. Oh, man. Okay, so... Oh, wait! No, you didn't. Okay, I've been keeping track of all of, like, the +1s forward and stuff. I thought you had one, but you don't. It's okay, though. You could see that, like, you leap into the air off of Beal, and you're going for the strike, and Dowling is just like, let's have a little fun. And the gravity in the room just goes whoop the other direction, and everyone is just going completely topsy-turvy. So, like Lady Beguila, like, kicks off of Julie, and you're just tumbling through air, like, Matrix flying through the air, the third one style. Everyone, like, so basically all of those, like, gain superior position bonuses, those all get wiped out.
Did she, like,
'Cause
write a
all
book
of
or
you-
something? Why is she so important? I yell.
So
I
all
would
of you are
argue that
tumbling through air. What?
Beal does a lot of tumbling and jumping. I would argue that Beal is decently comfortable with this.
I think you're fine. It's just that, like, the battlefield has now moved to another dimension, and it's
Fair.
like it's not just your own comfort with the positioning. It's now your opponents have completely moved, and you can't predict them as easily as you used to be able to.
Fair enough.
Alrighty, Beal, you're up.
I am running at Jessie's dad. I'm having none of this.
Yes,
Absolutely, just
you are Naruto running across the ceiling at Jesse's dad, who, like, lands, like, 3-point style, and is like looking around like, what the hell, fucking magic people.
Be careful! I just yell out to you.
I will do non-lethal damage.
Do not lethal damage. I will do non-emotional damage. Yeah, all of this damage
Might
is
do
just
emotional
like,
damage.
yeah.
I don't want to kill him.
Emotional damage! That happened.
The motto.
Had to happen.
I don't
like
want
it.
to kill him just because
Yes.
Jessie said so.
I will never assume you're going for like narrative kill shots unless you specifically say it.
Fantastic. Okay, so do you want me to
Fight with either grace or
roll.
daring. Assuming you are trying to just
I'm just
negate
trying to
by
take him
force.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like him to stop it.
I'd like him to stop. Stop, please.
Stop.
It's a 4.
Oh no!
You're just having a time.
This is a reminder to everyone that if you have strings on other people, you can always use that influence with a string to pump up rolls. Unfortunately, a 4 is very low.
I can't pump that up. Like,
No one. And well, the thing is, multiple people, like, say everyone else had a string on you, they could all use the influence with a string to add 4 to that cumulatively. But in this
Gotcha.
case, no.
No, it's fine. I'll
But we love you just the same.
thank
That's
you.
okay. In
I
the
appreciate
gravity,
you. Give me the downbeat.
I want to ask I should have asked this beforehand. Is your mask currently on?
I think when we charged, it wasn't because I kissed Jessie.
Okay.
But I think I pulled it down when we started fighting.
I didn't know if it was like a kiss and then a pull the mask back down. So
Yeah,
is it
I think
on
that's
right
what
at this moment?
happened. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Then I'm going to use the Beal specific downbeat. I gave Dowling whenever each of you roll downbeats, I have specific downbeats to each of you.
Ooh,
The
that's
gravity in this
terrifying.
room is like you are physically moving perfectly fine, but you can see Dowling is just like distraction. Your mask just goes flying off and lands in her hand. I don't think we need to be keeping secrets here anymore. And she just like crumples it like it's nothing. So your mask
Feels heart
is
hurts.
that is the mechanical version of this is that you go +1 feelings up, and
Yeah.
I will also say that you gain either the frightened or the insecure condition.
Remember when you said I should bring up that move?
Yes, you should. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna roll Sword That Protects.
Sword that protects.
There needs to be a song for that.
Oh, did you
Also-
roll a 10 plus? You do have to roll a 10 plus to fight though first before that happens.
Oh, I thought I rolled when I used that move. Because I
No,
can't fight
no.
by myself.
Right, so you would have to pop out of sword form and be in human form and like fighting, and then you'd be able
Oh.
to use this.
Okay.
What I'll say though is, because it's adjacent, I'll say roll a fight or roll your normal stat for a fight, and we'll say that this is a defy disaster to try and help that out.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. What is my fight?
Fuck TR Dowling. I'm fucking.
Absolutely.
TL
Fuck the
Yeah, fuck
TL.
her. Whatever. Fuck her.
Fight.
Is anyone fighting
That's an
her
8.
yet?
I got you.
I don't think so.
8.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna say is you can take that condition away. So Beal, your feelings still tick up.
Yeah.
But you're able to eat the condition, Abigail.
Okay.
You've already got frightened. So I am going to actually, as you do that, as you like reach across the Julie is just going like claw crazy, and so you just sort of like fly off of her belt and like just basically like whack TL across the face, and the mask goes flying. She's not able to like actually crunch it. So the mask is still in the room; it's intact. Beal could get it back, but you feel this cold come across you as you're flying through the room, and there is this voice that enters your mind.
Doesn't really matter. You're all gonna break.
You take the hopeless condition.
Okay. As I kind of land, can I turn back into human form?
Totally.
And I look at TL Dowling, and I'm going to say, you leave them alone. And I'm going to pick up Beal's mask.
Nice. She just looks at you and is just like, gladly.
Yeah, okay.
That is going to be... Oh my gosh, who's he turning? That was Beal's. That was a downbeat from Beal's turn. The turn into a Defy Disaster. God, I love this game. Julie, you are up. So you can either take -1 on pretty much everything you do to like push through this like bloodlust fog that's in your mind, or you can use a fight against an ally right now.
Yeah. Let's fight against an ally then.
Nice. I feel like good options that would be near you are either Cassandra or Abigail. They would be the closest. Jessie and Beal are sort of on the other side of the room.
Pass. I'm afraid.
So, there's this moment of like looking at Abigail where you're just like, food. Like you just this like that is all your cat brain sees, and it's like, no, and like you just swipe out kind of blind and go for Cassandra. Roll a fight.
Come again for Big Fudge.
That's a fight with what? With daring, yeah?
This would be your usual fight move. So daring.
That's 11. Sorry.
11 will hit.
11 will hit. What's my AC? So,
This may not have been a good decision.
you get to inflict 3, and your opponent really. I think you're gonna take the guilty condition for doing this, but you will get to inflict 3 from that list. So gain a string, inflict a condition, create an opportunity for. In this case, it would be create an opportunity for an enemy through prowess or distraction, or take an object from your opponent.
You could take some more buttons.
Just tears Cass's shirt open.
Oh no!
Oh
My
no!
heaving bosom.
My
I'm here
gigantic
for it.
bosom is out for everyone to see.
I'm here for it so much. I don't care that it's like not bad for you. I can totally be like, I'm allowing it.
For distraction purposes, Julie will take Cass's shirt. Like, full on,
Yeah.
claws out, rip the whole thing.
I think in the brief
Um,
fog of this battle lust, you're thinking like, I shall tactically deprive her of the clothing that protects her. And then like as soon as this fades, you're like, wait, that doesn't do anything. That's just making everything worse. All right, so
Holy shit.
100%, you take an object, being the buttons, and yeah, this claw strike just goes straight across the shirt, and it's just. Suzette looks a little bit like that's my job. So what are your other two choices? You've got gain a string, inflict a condition, or create an opening.
I'll gain a string.
Okay.
And I'll create an opening as well.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So no condition.
Is the string
Cassandra.
on me?
The string is on you, so she gains a string on Cassandra. Cause Cassandra's just like, what the fuck? Like, so I think at this moment, Cassandra, you see like the beast unleashed, and it's rather frightening. It's so it's a lot to deal with. So there's like, it's one of those like mutual respect strings where you don't really want to mess with Julie. And the way that I'll introduce the opening is that Cassandra, unless your next move is like to defy disaster, like this has opened you up, and now Loney and hesitantly Suzette, but you can see Sam is moving in on you big time, and it's like created this flanking position where you don't really have a safe angle. So if you do anything except defy disaster on your next go, it's going to be at -1.
I will say that my last move, heat of the moment, was to taunt Suzette into doing something that was unwise, and my taunting was to join me.
Yes,
and I got an 11, and it was they do it in exchange for their concession, which was to take my button. So
I do remember.
Theoretically,
Don't
she
worry.
should be on my side. Okay,
that's why I'm doing the DM thing of theoretically. Theoretically, she's an ally, but you're not 1,000% sure. So it's just you're in a panicky moment of being surrounded.
My bosom is exposed.
Your bosom is exposed, and
It doesn't
you don't
bother
like the way.
Cass, don't lie.
It doesn't bother Cass,
even a
except
little bit.
Loney is looking at it, and that's just an uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
Loney has failed the face stare challenge. The eye tracker is all over. Yeah, it's not a good look for him.
Setting.
Upsetting. Abigail, you are up. I think you're on mute.
Yep, you muted.
Sorry. I'm gonna look at Abigail and toss her mask back.
Nice.
Thank you, darling.
And then I'm just gonna go after TL Dowling.
Nice. Just going straight
That's
for the
fitting.
boss.
Get her.
Get her. Give me that fight.
Yep. Okay. That's a 10.
That's 10. Hell yeah. Very nice. Yeah. You get to pick 3. She does 1.
Okay. I am going to.
And by the way, now your sword that protects is 100% on.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Basically, the next time that a condition would happen, and reasonably, if you're able to narratively interact with that, you'd be able to prevent it.
Sweet. Okay. Then I am going to provoke my opponent into focusing on me instead of everyone else.
Nice.
And gain a string on them.
Okay. Ooh.
And let's see. Can I create an opportunity for an ally by just like giving Beal back the mask?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think you'll say that gives Beal like this little boost of confidence. So Beal, you've got a +1 forward on that.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. And
I'll say this: you could choose between. I can't remember what the consequences of your feelings being a 4 are, so you could
I
choose.
have to do something about it, but I have a plan.
Okay, so you could choose between the +1 forward or ticking your feelings back down 1. Either of those as a result.
I would like
of
the +1 forward
You got it.
because drama.
Because
Yeah.
drama. Why do you think I let people rip their shirts open as a negative consequence?
Mhm.
Because drama/thirst.
Drama slash
So
thirst.
gain a string, give an opportunity, and then was there another one?
Yeah, I'm gonna inflict a condition.
Okay. Oh no, it was distraction. So I think you picked all of the other ones except condition, right?
Well,
You want her to focus on you. Oh, provoke. That's the string. Got it.
Yes,
I'm there.
yeah, it's provoke and gain a string.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Cool.
And I'm gonna inflict a condition.
Okay. Yeah. You see no physical reaction from her on the condition. She just seems to suppress it, but I mean, you do make contact with her, and she's just annoying. And she pulls out the little thing that's in her bun, and it starts to liquid wraps around it, and it just turns into this really nasty, tiny little pricker dagger.
Okay, and I'm gonna my sword can't really do anything without Joy, but I do have it, so I'm just gonna kind of put it in a ready.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. Sam, did you not enjoy that ASMR?
I did not. Nope.
I saw you full body cringe.
Not a fan.
Yeah,
Distracts
no,
from that game. So it's good.
That's part
Staple of a map game. Yeah.
Yep.
For TL Dowling under aesthetics for her sword, I have the pricker, a perfectly smooth and possibly thin dagger formed from liquid metal. Because of course a girl boss like her has a prick. Moving on.
God damn it.
Billy's just why? Cassandra, you are up. You could still do whatever you want. It's just you have a -1 if it's not Defy Disaster to sort of reclaim some ground here.
I want to first look over at Suzette and be I'll look down and be you said all things equal. And then I'm going to I want to, if I can, try to regather, and I want to take a flick and try to if Loney is wearing a belt or something like that, I want to try to drop his trousers.
Oh
and
my
be
gosh, yes.
Nothing to see here.
Yes.
Are you doing is this just a narrative of the fight move?
Yeah, I don't know if this would I don't know if this would count as Fools Rush In, because I'm in a position right now where I'm already on my heels essentially.
Thick of it. Yeah. Let me see. Fools Rush In.
It just says when you vault into a situation without forethought and wind up way over your head, give someone dangerous to you a string, mark XP, and take +1 forward to Defy Disaster.
I'll say there's 1,000% an opportunity to do that later.
Okay.
But you're already in the thick of it. You've already you as a group, all of you fools rushed in. You're already in the middle of it. So this would just be a straight up fight. And if you choose to provoke and gain a string on him, then you totally cut through his belt and pants him.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going for. So would this be a roll -1 for the Defy Disaster? Because I'm not doing Defy Disaster.
Because you're not doing Defy Disaster, you get to you still get to add your modifier, so plus daring or plus grace, but then a -1 on top of that.
Okay, so I'll do plus daring, obviously. 7, 9, 8.
8 makes success. You pick 2, he picks 1.
Okay. What am I pick 2 of?
You get a string. You get to inflict a condition, series of superior position, or make an opportunity.
So I will say I will. The condition I would like to do is whatever he's going to feel once I depants him.
Once you pants him, yeah.
And then I would like to create an opportunity for Suzette.
Okay, nice.
I feel like the pantsing imposes the insecure condition.
Oh, 1,000%.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it was insecure or embarrassed or something like that. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this is more of a embarrassed, but I'm gonna say insecure matches that vibe. You slash through his belt and just absolute tidy whities. Just horrible, horrible. It's a bad vibe. And he's just like, seriously, do you even know what you're missing out on? I could have given you everything you wanted.
I just-
like,
I'm gonna
Clearly.
look down and be like, clearly not much. Clearly not.
And he's
much.
just like
And-
getting more and more flustered.
Is it possible that with that it would be a know your place roll? Because that's the when someone dares insult you and you deliver a scathing retort. Roll wit.
Let's see here. Know your place. If you think that's an insult, then yes. I don't know if he insulted
Well,
you
I
so
mean,
much. Just...
He's implying
more
that he is better than my current love interest.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
He's wearing tidy whities while saying this. I mean, that's
Yeah. The fact that he's even attempting to insult you is insulting. So yeah, roll plus wit.
So, am I still rolling -1 because of the Defy Disaster thing?
I'll say that lasts for this turn. Yeah, so do one more.
So that's another 8.
8. So they choose one. Back down, make a fool of themselves, attack you. I mean, clearly he's just going to attack you. But I'll say that, like, due to the flavor of the Know Your Place, he looks an absolute fool doing this. He's just, like, shuffling towards you with his pants around his ankles and, like, trying to reach down and grab them, and just, like, slashes out and, like, genuinely catches you off guard with how ludicrous this dude looks right now, and you just drop your guard for half a second, like, ow, and like it just smacks you right in the wrist. And maybe either like angry or insecure would be a good condition. Probably just angry. How dare he hit you with his drawers down.
So I take the condition of angry.
You can take the condition of angry if that feels like it makes sense. The other reason for insecure would be like he landed a blow on you when he's clearly an inferior fighter. Like he is not up to your par.
I'll do angry.
Okay, angry. You're just pissed off. That totally tracks. And Suzette, but you do see Suzette like immediately closes in and is just like about to go for him and make things difficult. So I will say that your -1 is now gone. But
now I have a -2 to figure out.
Yeah, you have a -2 just to figure out though. But I'll say that the Suzette, like you've made an opportunity for her, but because she's an NPC, she doesn't roll. So what I'm gonna say is that's just she's giving you a +1 forward the next time you go to fight Loney, specifically. All right, and with that, we are back up to Jessie. Jessie and Beal are fighting against Arnold Sinclair on the roof of this cavern.
I am gonna just charge back at him, but before I do that, I just want to make sure that Beal's mask is like fine. Like I'm like, are you okay? Are you good?
I don't have it on yet. I am going to grab like the back, like gently hold the back of Jessie's head and then like kiss her so hard and just go, listen, I need you to know this. My name is not Beal, my name is May. I don't want to hide any of this anymore. I want you to know who I am, and I don't want to fuck with any of these bigots any longer.
Beal, May, I love that. Totally love that. Well, let's talk about this when we get a second. Oh my god. Holy, what the fuck? Holy shit.
I just needed you to know. I'm sorry.
Well, it's a beautiful name. I love it. I
Thank you.
hell yeah. And fucking look over at my dad, who's probably fucking gleaming with anger at this point.
I want to inform his emotional state based on Beal. As part of the feelings move, when you unmask and just let it all loose, you get to give as many strings as you want to as many people that are present. Limited 1 per person. So if you wanted to, in exchange for getting a string on them, so if you wanted to, you could get a string on Jesse's dad by giving him a string on you.
I already have a string on Jesse's dad.
Okay,
Um,
you can get another one.
I could get another one. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go for it. The whole point of this move is that it's reckless. I also want to give like everybody who is on my side who can hear me.
PCs, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
PC's a string.
I
Uh,
oh, this is awesome.
We love you, May.
Yeah, we love you, May. I kiss you back passionately, and I'm like, May, Beal, whatever. It's
Hey, don't worry
You're
about all
good.
the sword fighting going around. Just keep kissing. It's fine.
I fuck.
and then,
fried dad. Go ahead.
do you mind if I do something really quickly?
Sure.
Can
Shopping
I
trip.
rush up to her dad and forcibly strap my mask on him?
Ooh,
Because I don't need it
Ah.
anymore, and it's too small for him, so he won't be able to see.
nice. I will say that is like a fight move style thing. So that'll be like the narrative of the fight.
I would truly love to do a figure out a person on this if I can.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that's totally fine with me.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and since y'all rolled the same number for quote unquote initiative, I'll say that like you can continue this, and then Jessie will get back to your turn as a result of what this is. So yeah, do figure out a person. Roll plus win.
Fantastic.
I think I did the strings right. Beal, you have a frankly gross amount of strings right now. It's
I do.
insanity.
I got a 9.
9. I think that's 2 and 1.
And I would
You
like
get-
to ask him, I would like to just, like, as I strap this around his head, just go, what are you most afraid of right now? Which is one of my I see through you moves.
Yes, I love it. I wasn't even questioning it. I was just so into it at the moment. He's just like, I don't want whatever life Jesse's building to not have me in it.
Then you need to stop being a fucking bigot and accept her for the perfect human that she is.
You can see he's clearly like struggling.
Or she won't have anything to do with you if you continue to treat her like this. She has too much self-worth, and she is worth so much more than that.
I think his question would be, it's not necessarily at you, it's how could I get Jessie to forgive me? And he doesn't say this because he doesn't even know if you have the answer to that. He's just looking at her, and you can see this like tension in his just his eyes at this point because he's got the mask on.
Mm-hmm. Darling, I believe your father has a question for you.
And I got one. Before I answer that question, I got one trick up my sleeve that I would love to play.
Yeah.
Can I? At this point, I would say we have a bit of an advantage on him. Correct? Just a tad.
Oh yeah. Just a skosh.
Can I?
Just a little.
Can I use the final move that I got? They can change too, and when you give up an advantage on someone dangerous because you believe that they can mend their wicked ways, you can ask them one question as if you'd figured them out. And run up to my dad and just say, why can't we just be a family?
That is so cool. There's no reason we can't be. Just everything was changing so quick, and I didn't know if that meant I was just gonna be forgotten.
For the moment, I know 10 million things are going on, but I just kind of let my sword like flower to my side for a second because it's just a big fuck flower. And
Flower.
just let
Totally
it
forgot
flower.
about
And put one arm around my dad and one arm around Beal and say, we can. You just give it a chance. And That's all I've ever wanted, Dad. You could be a part of my life. Just be open to change. And kiss.
Maybe stop trying to kill us.
That would be cool too.
I ain't trying to kill you. I'm trying to. You know what? Just survive whatever the hell is going on in here. These people freak me out.
Then help us. If you care about your daughter, help us.
I would, and you can see his sword is like sputtering and just sort of like looking over. You can see that Sam looks over and is just like weak, and the sword just sputters out. In case you didn't notice, I have been thoroughly disarmed.
I jump up, I kiss my dad on the cheek, and I go, "Give me my goddamn daddy's sword back!" And I fucking flower it towards Sam, and I turn towards and jump in front,
Nice.
ready to fucking roll.
As
They
you
need
run
to
to
take
do
some
that,
more of that Xantia for their performance problems.
amazing. As you do that, go ahead and roll up a fight. Beal, was there another question you wanted to ask? You've got one more question for to figure them out.
I need to find the questions. I have so many things open. Manipulations.
Oh, by the way, I always forget. Truth of Heart and Blade, you get to ask an extra question that can be
Oh, you cut
from
out.
those two.
Say that one more time.
Sorry. Whenever
that
you
me?
do the
What the
figure
hell?
them out during a conflict, you can always ask a third question that comes from that those two that are extra to your playbook. So you basically get two more questions, Beal, if you wanted to. You've used one from your playbook, and you can always use another one. What was your fight roll, Jesse?
That was actually altogether. It's gonna be an 11. So let's fucking go.
Woo! Damn, Jesse means
Oh, yeah.
business. Give me them three. What are your three choices?
Am I doing this towards Sam or my dad? Still.
This is towards Sam.
Okay.
I assume you leapt in
Yeah,
to attack
yeah.
Sam. Yeah.
First.
I hate this.
Oh, fuck
I was
this.
like, wait a second, why are we attacking Sam? I forgot.
not
Everyone just beat up Sam.
bad Sam, not good Sam.
The evil turf dude wizard, bro, from Hot Topic.
I love that whole moment though between you three was like Legolas and Gimli like in Helm's Deep just like talking on the side while everybody's fighting and dying. You're
Everyone
like,
else-
so maybe we should just be like have this moment. Yeah, it's fine.
You know, just
Yeah.
like hang out, have some emotions. It's good.
We're all anime protagonists. The fight pauses for monologues. It's
Yeah,
fine.
everyone's going off in the distance, man. I will inflict a condition for sure. Frightened as my motherfucking flower just gets wild.
Nice.
And I will open up a fucking. I consider both me and Beal at this point just one fighting unit. I'm opening an attack for an ally, or a spot for an ally.
Cool.
And what were my other? What? I'm so sorry. What are the other ones? One more time.
That's okay. You can gain a superior position, or no, you're opening an opportunity for Beal. You can gain a string, or you can. I need to remind myself on those other ones because I always get the last two a little bit confused. Create an opportunity for an ally. Did that one. Take an object from your opponent, or seize a superior position. So you get a superior position on them, possibly.
I want to take an object from him.
Oh yeah.
I want to take his dumbass chain. Not the weapon, just the fucking
wand
stupid chain. Yeah.
Yeah, you just fucking rip the chain off. He's like, I need that.
Go back to moderate subject, and I throw his fucking chain way as far as I can.
Excellent. It just scatters across the ground. As you like wail on it, like as you do this and you inflict the condition, there's this weird moment where you see like this sort of like humanoid outline behind him, like just like flinch. It's not him, it's something else behind him. He doesn't seem affected at all.
Something you're doing is a coward, but I can't figure out what it is yet. And I just keep going with my fucking sunflower sword.
Nice. Okay.
Can I ask Jesse's dad, how do I get you to tell us how to finish them? Or how to, like, what their weaknesses are?
You get the sense that he's definitely like backing out from the fight. like he is no
Mhm.
longer a threat. That he's like, I really don't know what all is happening with these folks, but the best thing I can tell you is that they got some weird magic shit, and that if something's about to pop off in that back room, I don't know what it is though.
All right, yell to the rest of the party. Something's happening in the back room. He's done. Let's do this.
Nice. So that was Jessie. That was Beal. Julie, you're up. Julie, you are no longer in rage moded. You have your senses about you.
Great. Pass. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, it did bring out my good side, so it's not all loss.
Yeah, you look great. Sure.
I just give her a little wink.
Cool. Julie's
Not like
gonna turn
Beals.
around, grab Trusk by the throat, and just like try and slam him back down into the ground.
Just power bomb him? Yes.
Yeah.
That's a choke slam, Matt. Choke slam.
Sorry, choke slam. My apologies to all the wrestling fans out there. Yeah, give me that fight move. Fight plus daring.
That is another 11.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay, so now that's your BDE. So oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I know what's gonna happen. You're all gonna hate me for it. I'm gonna do it.
Probably.
Good.
Probably.
Good.
What happened?
Really angry.
Right-
You already
right in
named
the
a turf
comfort zone.
after me.
Yeah.
I'm
I
already
know.
mad at you.
I know. I have a reason,
off.
damn it.
You're off Sam's Christmas card list.
I'm right off of it.
No
You
more
may
dice for
choose
you.
someone present to be impressed or intrigued with you once during the scene when you gain a string on someone. Okay, so do you have any particular choices on who you want to be impressed by this 10 plus? If you don't, I have an idea.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay, you so you get that for free. Let's resolve your fight move, and then I'll narrate the impression. You get to pick 3. Trusk will do 1 back to you.
I get to pick 3 conditions, is it?
You get to inflict a condition, or gain a string, or whatchamacallit, seize a superior
Okay.
position, or grant an ally an opportunity, or take something.
Can I take something and create an opportunity, please?
Yes. What do you want to take?
I want to take one of his gadgets, one of his his arm
Nice.
Nintendo yoke.
You just rip it off.
His power glove. No, not my
You
power
rip
glove.
off his power glove, yeah, and he is totally set up and open. He's like prone on the ground and very easy to hit now. And you are also inflicting a condition, you said?
Yeah, if I can, I would like
'cause you get to pick
make
3.
him hopeless.
Oh, nice. I wrote lines for him depending on which conditions you inflicted, and this one's pretty great. Wait, so you don't think I'm cool? And like the power glove in your hand, but they think I'm cool, and it just starts like all these little like little like weird spark, like little like motes of like think Tron, like the little like bit thing that follows people around, are like flying around and making these weird like bird chirping noises, and are just completely cluttering the area as Loney Trusk's army of tweeting followers come to his defense.
Being honest, nobody thinks you're cool. They're just here to use
So
you
that-
in your brain.
What that is going to do is it fills the room with just this absolute like staticky noise. I need everyone to stagger. So everyone only has below 3 conditions.
I don't.
You don't
I only
stagger?
have one.
No, if I'm in feral, if I'm in beast form, I don't stagger because pain is nothing to me.
Oh shit, that's so fucking cool.
Where is Stagger? I don't see anything on Stagger.
So the stagger is one of the danger moves that I get to force on people. So as a result of the stagger, because you're all 0 to 3 conditions, you either lash out at someone whose regard matters to you, provoke them to do something foolish or harmful, and take advantage of a string on them if you have one. You have to pick one of these. That, or you hesitate or stumble, and the opposition gains an opportunity, or you grin and bear the blow, mark 2 conditions. So we'll just go in order by alphabetical order. Abigail, what are you picking?
I think I'm gonna hesitate or stumble and give them an opportunity.
Okay. Cool. And Beal, what are you picking?
Same.
Okay. Let's see here. I've lost my place. Cassandra.
Probably same. I don't want to lash out at the only person who matters to her here now. You know, that'd be bad.
Yep.
And I can't take 3. I don't want to add more conditions on, so.
Yeah. Jessie.
Probably same.
Okay. Just all hesitating. And Julie. Oh, you don't
Pain is
stagger.
nothing.
That's
Julie
right.
doesn't.
You
I don't stagger.
pain is nothing. You ignore the legions of Twitter
Rage.
followers coming to Loney Trusk's aid as he just like fucking passes out on the ground. He's KO'd.
Hey.
Alrighty. That is one less person involved in this fight. And I think that was the resolution. Oh, you do take some result from that. I'm going to say that even though you didn't stagger, you will take a condition. What condition makes sense here, you think? I think you see everyone around you like getting confused and caught up in all of the like madness that's transpiring as all these little like blips and blops kind of confuse them and disorient them. And you can see Lady Beguila is like seeing this hesitation and is very quickly going to pounce on someone nearby. So maybe a frightened or hopeless or an angry.
I'd say angry.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Alright, so that is the resolving a fright move. Abigail, you are up. I'm going to say that the hesitation is basically you guys get skipped. And it's going to circle back around to Julie because she's the only one that didn't get screwed up by that stagger. And the impressed part from the BDE, as all of this madness is transpiring and you just choke slam Trusk into the ground, Beal, you hear Jessie's dad next to you. Damn, what a woman. Or a cat, or whatever she is. I mean, holy shit, she just ground and pounded that dude.
Gross.
What? No, you can't gross me after you've been macking on my daughter this whole time. No, I get to.
That's consensual. You can admire her, but don't. That was.
I am admiring. She's a strong woman.
She is
Julie-
that.
Julie's taken, sorry.
She is also taken.
Just shouting out from across the room. She's taken.
It's fine, he's married. Nobody worry about this.
Nobody worry. It's fine.
I'm concerned about the male gaze.
I went to mom.
Sorry about the male gaze.
Don't say that stuff about my girlfriend. That's weird. That's weird.
Weird. It's weird. You're being weird.
My
I
friend's
heard you say
dad.
something about buttering your taters last time, and it's not.
Has been people a fight? Can we?
I've had nightmares about it. Let's address it later. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Amazing. As everyone sort of regroups, there is this like weird like spiky tension in the room. As you can see Sam and Dowling both like cast some sort of weird spell, and there's all this weird red energy that shoots up out of the ground, that is just like making it very difficult to move around here, as they are seizing a superior position as you all hesitate, except for Julie. Julie, what are you doing as you're the only one still acting at the moment?
I would like to literally, like, down on all fours, leap across the floor in such a way that I can take both of them out, like bowling pin style.
Sam
So,
and
like Sam
Dowling.
and Dowling. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do it. Okay. Yeah, do a fight move. And I'll say that you could apply the effects to either one, whichever way you're going.
10?
10. Jesus. Alrighty. So you get to impress some more people as you do 3 more things. You are just beast moding it, literally.
Can I take something from Sam?
Yeah, what are you taking?
Does he have anything on him, like, similar to what, like, Trusk did? Like, he has something on his wrist? Or
He's got a bunch.
something that he's
got
using
so
to
many.
control the
You
thing
can't
that
tell for
Jessie's dad
sure.
had?
You can't tell for sure what each of them does, but he's just got a ton of these bangly wristbands all over the place.
Take the most important looking one. The one that he
Okay.
presses the most.
Okay. You got it, and you can kind of see like some of those like weird spikes in the ground kind of deteriorate as his magic isn't doing as much.
Good. And I can I get a string on Dowling?
Ooh, nice. I approve of this. I'll say that string is basically like you are watching her do all of this stuff, and there's this understanding of like she's biding her time. She's not. This is not the central conflict, and she knows that. She is just trying to waste enough time before the things finish.
Good. And I have one more?
Yes, one more.
Can I impress Lady Beguila?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, canon, Lady Beguila was already impressed, but you are definitely putting on a show. And you see, like, as you sort of like try to like windmill spin these two and just knock them down, like basically like giving them a double arm bar. You see TL Dowling, it hits, it connects, and she just sort of like gravity spins in place and like stumbles back a few paces, but is otherwise upright. Your arm appears to like just pass through Sam as you snatch away this like bangle, and you see once again this outline of a human sort of like fall away from him in the background.
So you're not here.
You don't know. Maybe you'll have to roll something to figure it out.
I would love to.
Was that all 3? You took a thingy.
Yeah, I think
you got a string. Was there a condition you were inflicting? Because you get to do 3.
No, I got a thingy, got a string, and I impressed Beguila. Those were the 3.
The Impress Beguila thing is you get to do that for free with BDE.
Oh, sweet. In which case, can I put a insecurity condition on Sam, whatever Sam is?
Yeah. Totally. You would see that from that condition happening, you see that like weird after image. If you want to, you can invoke your once per scene BDE power to gain an additional string. Since you took one on TL Dowling, you could take one on like Sam or any of the other enemies here.
Yeah, take it on Sam as well.
Okay, you've got a string on Sam. Nice.
Sorry, Sam.
And sorry, Sam. And you theoretically inflicted 2 conditions to Sam, but not sure what's happening there. Something weird's going on.
Something.
Let's see here. Cassandra, you're up. Cassandra, what would you like to do?
Sorry, I thought Abigail was up next.
Oh, you are absolutely right. I'm terribly
I
sorry.
know. No, it's
My
fine.
notes-
I didn't want to.
my
I
notes
didn't
are all
want
over
to
the
jump.
place.
I didn't want to skip a turn. It's fine.
Abigail, you're up.
Okay. I am I'm gonna join Julie in trying to fight TL Dowling.
Alrighty, yeah. Give me that fight.
Okay. That's a 5.
That's a 5. You run forward, and you go to swing your sword down at Dowling, and you just see this weird image behind her of this like white mask, and for a second you're like, Beale's coming to help, and it's just these cold blue eyes looking at you, and it's Dowling's hand reaches up and stops your sword, and it's like, I think you are what we're looking for. And she sort of twists it to where like your wrist would like fold over, and you immediately are snapped out of your human form, and she is just holding the lightsaber in hand. Sam, keep them busy. I'm going for backup. And you can just see her like weird Death Eater style like smoke and fog move back out of the room. She is falling back and retreating into that back room, and you can feel this little like tingles at the back of your neck as things are getting. The whole room feels like it's pressing in around you. What happens next? We will find out after the break.
Oh.
Okay.
So, am I getting to take a turn after break, or is it like...
You will get to take a turn after break, yes.
Okay, good.
We're still, quote-unquote, in initiative order, but...
My bosom is heaving, and I am just ready for...
We are back. Woo!
Yay!
I forgot the music. We're back so soon.
We're back.
We
Very
are-
quiet.
We're back in silence.
Now we're back. Now it got
There
real
we go.
because that's the name of this track. We are moving the fight potentially to the back room as TL Dowling has just magically absconded with Abigail in hand. Yeah, who's next? Abigail, that was your downbeat, so that means Cassandra, you get the first action to react to what has just transpired.
I'm going to reach my hand out. Cassandra's going to reach her hand out to Suzette and say, "It's now or never, darling. We have much to do that way." And I'm going to take off towards that back chamber to see what's going on back there.
Okay. You're able to extricate yourself and just haul ass that way. You don't have to
Haul
roll
bosom.
anything. With your haul bosom, yes. Suzette is just gladly following along. On the way out, she kind of like gives a quick like slap over to with her sword to Lady Beguila to kind of like throw her off, and Lady Beguila is like, "What are you?" And it's just like still in like fending off Jessie and Julie at the moment. You're able to get there. I'll say that's all you kind of, unless there's a specific like move that you want to do once you're there. I'll describe stuff, but overall that's like your turn getting into that next room to be able to interact with stuff there.
I would be doing like at this point. I would say I'm what's the reckless kind of thing where I'm just running the
Ooh,
Fools
hell
Rush
yeah!
in.
Yes, I
I'm
see.
just
I knew that you get a
doing it
chance
all.
to do this later. Fools rush in. So nice. So yeah, no forethought. Wind up way over your head. Give someone dangerous to you a string. Mark XP and take +1 forward to defy disaster. So you've got +1 to defy disaster, which is going to come in handy real quick here.
Yay!
Someone dangerous to you a string. I'll let you choose whether that's Lady Beguila or something else.
Given the location of where we're at, I would say probably the something else, since I may have one on me anyway, just because I'm taking her, her plaything away. So I mean, maybe it would be fair for both of them to have one, but for sure, I think
Okay.
the person that I just ran headstrong into without any forethought,
I will add that black string to your list of strings that you are. No, sorry. Someone other than you gains a string. Sorry, so they gain a string on you. I'm just gonna put that over there so I can keep track of that. So not that we need. Sorry, while I fudge things around. What you see when you arrive is all of these, like, the Uga Chaka has reached, like, truly large levels of Uga Chaka-ing, and there is all of these, like, people in robes on their knees around this sigil that is now glowing bright gold. And the sigils on this large ring in the far wall are starting to light up as well. And you could see TL Dowling is in the middle of them, sort of floating in midair, and has Abigail out in front, and is holding her forward and is about to touch her, like, have her breach this, like weird ripple that's happening in the middle of this large ring. And so you could see that, like, you have definitely leapt into a dangerous situation at the moment.
is that something that I would have seen immediately upon entering the room?
Yes.
Would I be able to try to like throw again the cane portion of my sword at her to try to distract her from that?
I'll say that you
Like even if it's just causing her to flinch.
Okay, I'll say that you just got there. You could definitely do that on your next go round.
Okay.
With that, we come to Jessie. Jessie, what are you doing back in the main room?
I see Abigail just get fucking gotten by this lady who obviously has no regard for our lovely team. So I yell out to Julie and Beal and even my dad, and I'm like, Just start crunking! I promise you'll understand after! Just start crunking! And I just start fucking going. Just start dancing as best as I can to do astral dance and hopefully take all of these people with me into follow fucking TL Dowling.
Yes. I'm gonna say, yeah, roll it. Because is there a roll involved, I think?
If it's 10
When
or
it starts
above,
working.
I take them with me. If it's 7 to 9, I don't take them with me. I go by myself. If it's lower than that, it's GM discretion.
Oh boy.
I have so many strings, dude. Let's go.
Oh wait, I also lied a little bit. 7 to 9, you also I don't arrive at where I intend
Where
to
you
arrive.
intend.
Yeah. So
Oh, you do get a choice. You get a choice between those three things. You don't arrive where you intend, or I get a choice between those three things. You don't arrive where you intend, you arrive almost too late, or you lose something important in the process. And I get to choose which of those. So it's like it's a constrained downbeat on the mixed beat. Yeah. I'll say that you could totally yoink all the other PCs into that room. Roll plus grace.
one.
And if it's 10 plus, nothing bad happens.
3 it is.
That is an 8 altogether.
An
Can I
8.
spend 2 strings and bump that up to a 10?
You can only spend 1 string on a roll, unfortunately. That's their plug for one of the third-party books. That's one of the Powered by Lesbians books out there. The Admirer gets an ability that lets you pump multiple strings onto a single roll, but normally you can only spend 1 on one roll.
Damn.
Does anybody else have any strings on Jessie that we can throw at this?
I think I do. Yeah.
Do it.
Do it!
Bump it
This
up
is
to a
I think I
important.
10.
have 2 on Jessie, actually. No, I have 1.
Fucking, that's a 10, Matt.
I know it. I just want to make sure. Anytime, spend a string on someone to do one of the following. Each character may only spend 1 string, but it doesn't say anything about only 1 string for the group as a whole. So yeah, you spend a string on Jessie, boop, and Beal spends a string, boop.
Start crunking,
and y'all are
everybody!
just- you guys are crumping and just you all disappear and arrive in the room next to Cassandra, and you all see as Dowling is about to finish this, and you see her. You're just in time. Things are about to get very strange. And she pushes Abigail like a key into a lock, into this weird bubbling wall between this large ring, and twists, and you can see everything in the room freeze for a moment and then shatter as the whole room is plunged into a chromatic spray of swirling, strange chaos and light. You all reel a little bit as this weird gateway has just been opened. And stepping out of a hole in the wall that as you see through, it looks like just chunks of rock and buildings and all of like a half-broken ship and what we would recognize as a modern skyscraper just reeling through an infinite abyss of chromatic nothing on the other side of this wall. Stepping out of it is a figure all in black with a long trench coat, a suit,
Tarleton.
and a white. No, it's not Cucker Tolson, and a white tie with a white bone skull mask and a long top hat. They enter the room and just look around, and you can see at this moment TL Dowling is like visibly like confused. Like there was a moment of elation on her face, and now seeing this other person thing here, she's just staring and is like, who the hell are you? What this? Where is the Kraken?
You don't need to worry about that. No one needs to worry about anything anymore. I'm here to bring peace.
This figure gestures with their fingers, and the answer to where is the Kraken is very quickly answered as you all see this like fractaled, triangular, weird bundle of massive tentacles slam up against the portal. Its giant leviathan limbs rip through and come smashing down, and you see TL Dowling just fucking splatted on the ground. She is just turned into turf pasta against the stonework. The other turfies in the room are just running and screaming as these like massive tendrils are flying all around, and you could see this figure all in black steps forward and picks up Abigail.
Now I have it. Sword to cut all things. Thanks.
And with that, he leaps backwards into the portal and disappears into this giant, sprawling mess of nothingness. But at this point, it doesn't take too much of a
No
guess.
hesitation, just run and jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the never you go.
Let's do it.
You all run and jump in. I'm going to need everyone to roll a Defy Disaster with Spirit.
Me too.
Abigail, you...
Hey, I get a...
Abigail, yes, you do need to also roll this.
So I get a +1 to Defy Disaster, and I had a +1 against somebody else, but I think that doesn't count towards this, just the plus to Defy Disaster, right?
Yes, just the plus to Defy Disaster.
Oh man.
And Defy Disaster, is that daring?
No, this is with plus Spirit.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, for real? Okay. So that's a 10.
Nice.
Oh, so
8.
10.
8?
Yeah, I rolled a 10 plus the 2 spirit, and then I have -2 because I'm hopeless, but that makes it a 10.
Very cool. Yeah, so you have a -2 to Defy Disaster. Very. Beal, you got an 10?
8.
8. Julie, what'd you get?
10.
10. Okay. Jessie, what'd you get?
3.
How?
It was
There
2
you go.
1s and plus 1, so
Mark XP.
I beat somebody.
you did.
What'd Cassandra get?
A 4.
A 4. Woo! Mark XP.
I've got nowhere else to go.
We go
I've got
down
nowhere else
together.
to be.
Cassandra, as you dive in, your perspective shifts and just like looks back into the room, and you can see one of those tentacles splat Suzette, and then rewind in time, and then splat Suzette, and then rewind in time, and she dodges out of the way on the third attempt, and it just like you were just being concussed with images of horrible future events. I'm gonna say that that's either the frightened or the hopeless condition.
Well, I'm already angry. Probably hopeless.
Okay. Actually, because you rolled a downbeat, this is 2 conditions. Think of this as like a saving throw, kind of. So the other one probably frightened or guilty for leaving her behind.
Probably guilty.
Okay. Jessie, same thing. 2 conditions. As your mind is being warped and shattered and moved into other images as you fall into the never.
I probably guilty that probably guilty because I couldn't be faster. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I would say probably.
Get 2.
I would say guilty for 1 for sure. And maybe hopeless because we're falling into a giant, like, never-ending pit.
Yeah.
It's like going to Panda Express and just trying to pick those entrees, man. They're just
I know.
too many good choices.
And then Julie and Abigail, you got 10s, so you don't take anything going in here. You're just tanking it. Beal, you take 1 condition.
Okay. I'm gonna take guilty because it's Beal.
Because it's Beal. That's such a vibe. I'm gonna take guilty because Beal.
Because that's who she is. It's fine.
Alrighty. You all fall, and these flashes of weird imagery pass, and you're standing. Your sort of senses return to you, and you are standing on like various rocks and floating debris, just sort of floating through nothing. You can see way up above you, there's this like ring of darkness that's looking into that cavern, and you can see just this massive leviathan like holding on to the ring in the middle of nothing and just slamming its tentacles around in that room. And floating on a piece of rock, just sort of hurtling around, and you can see that gravity is keeping them pinned to the rock as they're moving around, and they're just not falling off of it, even though it's doing weird corkscrews through space. You can see this weird, all in black, white bone masked figure.
Now. Time to end it.
And you can see him pull up Abigail, whose lightsaber blade now looks black. We're gonna go to Jessie. You just did your thing to teleport everyone into the situation. Cinematic cutscene happened, and now you're in a completely different place. Beal, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get to Jessie.
Okay. You are able to, if you're just trying to like move around this space, it's difficult, but you can. And you basically have to be able to defy disaster to even get to a place where you could strike at this dude easily. But if you just want to get to Jessie, I would say that since you're not like entering into into their like threat range, you could do that without anything. So you're able to like leap off of a little bit of debris that you're on, and you're next to Jessie.
Can I yell to Beal? Beal, I'll be fine. We gotta get Abigail. Go, I'll be good.
I know. Come with me.
I'll make my way there. Just go for Abigail.
All right.
I love you. You're great.
I love you back. Let's go get our friends. Should I roll to go to Abigail? Can I try to just take it out of his hand?
You gotta roll fight and see if you can take something off.
All right. Let's see. Because I have a move about that.
You do?
Yes. Ooh, that's 2 1s. That is not good.
That's a no.
No, I'm gonna say I didn't do it.
That's a no. You like go to reach for Abigail, and it's just cold fire as her blade pierces through your hand. And you are just immediately caught off guard. You're on this bit of rock with this guy, but they just sliced through with no effort, saw you coming a mile away. So that is going to be a condition, and you are not in a good place.
Actually, I do have that hold on the sword that protects.
Yes, you do.
So I think what happens is that it almost cuts into Beal, but there's like a sputter of blue light that kind of shocks through it, and then it just kind of passes away, like just right next to Beal. And I'm gonna mark guilty.
Nice.
So I don't take a condition there?
You don't
No,
take.
I took it for you.
For you.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
Love you.
Love you too.
Abigail.
You don't know how much.
Abigail, for you, it is this weird duality of like you're aware of the surroundings just enough to be able to affect them, but they're also like you are in this like weird space on a bus, sitting in a seat, and across from you, and like the benches are kind of set up in that facing each other thing, and across from you is this figure, just sort of legs crossed, head cocked, looking at you.
Why do you protect them? This dispassionate universe doesn't care. It slaughtered you. Nothing. Why would you protect them?
Why wouldn't I? What happened to me, as far as I know, was an accident. I love these people, and they love me. why wouldn't I do everything I could to protect them?
Love. Illusion.
And that's going to switch it back to Beal. That was your turn. Julie, you're up.
Okay, so Julie's gonna like leap across as far as she can to like tackle this asshat, and just completely snarl at him like, "What the fuck have you done to my girlfriend?"
Yeah.
And just like she doesn't even care if she knocks him off this rock and is falling throughout air. She just wants him down, gone.
Nice. This is 100% a fight, and now that we're kicking it in, time to switch to some boss battle music. Julie, give me that fight roll.
Is it 8?
8. You get to do 2, and they get to do 1.
Uh,
And you are not frightened, so you have no negative modifiers to this.
Can I inflict frightened on him though?
Okay. You like swipe out and you just roar in this terrifying, like, you should be frightening him. And they're just standing there, just unflinching.
I want to take his mask.
And as you like reach up and take his mask, you're just you just like for a second see yourself, and then like blink away, and it's just this void. It is just nothing. It is just empty blackness in the vague shape of a human. And the frightened condition you tried to inflict is now on you.
What even are you?
I am the delightful end. I am the inevitable.
That's all he says. That was your 2. The one that he does back to you is you can just feel them reach out with their fingers and just sort of like push you back on your sternum, and immediately you just kind of like go cold, and you just feel this like vacancy of emotion. Your feral goes down by 1. That is your turn. Abigail, you are up. You can still kind of see this like dual reality, but like whenever you try to face this figure in like the active never world, you're just you just shunted right back into that bus. It seems like this is the only space that you can interact with them.
I kind of look around, and I look back at him, and I tell him, "This is where I died, isn't it?"
It is. It's a version of it. Constructed
What?
from memories.
Why were we here?
So that you could finally figure out the thing that you've known all along. You're a stray ink blot of creation. You're nothing. Just like everyone else. At least with me, you could find purpose as the final weapon.
Final weapon to what?
You will be the instrument of this world's final unmaking.
I'm not gonna let that happen. And I am going to tackle him in the bus.
Okay. Are you going for a fight or any other different move?
I am going to. Oh no, that's for the wielder. Never mind. I'm going to go for a fight.
Okay, go for a fight.
That's really bad. That's a 3.
You just like leap off to tackle them, and the whole world just sort of, this bus just like pitches and rolls forward, and when you blink, you're sitting back in the chair.
It's for naught. Just as all things are.
Back in the other version of reality, Abigail, you can feel yourself being swung in this wide strike, and this huge rippling black energy just shoots out from the blade and goes towards everyone.
Weltschmerz.
Can I try to defy disaster?
I would say that since this is your downbeat, you can't defy disaster.
Oh, okay.
But one of you will need to take a condition. And Abigail, you get to pick who.
Fuck. Why would you do this to me, Matt?
We all feel this.
It's
We
okay,
all feel this.
Abigail.
Playing the
Yeah,
bad
no, this
guy.
hurts everybody.
We love you.
Yeah, no
We
matter.
love you.
just
There
pick
is no
someone.
wrong choice.
There
Oh
isn't.
my
No
God.
matter,
You
just
gotta
pick
do.
someone.
You do what you have to do.
Matt, you get the guilty condition.
Fuck you, Matt! Yeah!
I get the guilty condition. Fair.
Correct.
Back.
Okay, I just rolled a dice and left it up to chance. Julie, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Ah, chance.
Dispassionate. Cold.
What happens if we condition out?
Julie,
Why would you
take
ask such a thing?
you take either
I-
hopeless or insecure. Cassandra, what'd you ask?
I said, what happens if we condition out?
Once you get to 6 conditions, that person are knocked out for the scene. And if everyone conditions out, I'll narrate us what happens. Hopeless or insecure, Julie?
I took insecure.
Insecure. You just got absolutely wrecked by your own girlfriend's Getsuga Tensho.
Can I be double guilty?
Double guilty. Mega guilt.
Super guilt.
Super guilt. Let's see here. That was Abigail's turn. Cassandra, you're up.
All right, I need to try to shake a condition because I'm in a rough place right now as far as conditions go. So I want to shake hopeless. It says to clear, lose yourself in escapism or pleasure when you should be doing something important. I'm going to look at Suzette.
You can't
And I'm
see
going
Suzette. She's back in the now. She's back in another
I
world.
pulled
You
her.
can
I thought
see-
I pulled her through with me.
No, because you said you rushed in. You just dove straight in after Abigail got yoinked into the Never. You could go back. You could go back to the now, and go be with Suzette.
Be escapism.
I will
That
say
would also-
normally.
That could also
Normally, the way
potentially.
you clear. Normally, the way you clear conditions is having other people do emotional support, which even in a fight, you could do that. You could have those like quiet little quick quiet moments of like, we're all anime protagonists. We can monologue. The other
Well, it
thing
just
you could
says
do.
lose yourself in escapism when you should be
Right.
doing something more important.
Yes, yeah. If you're doing the toxic actions to clear a condition, then that's just on you. Yeah. But other characters could help you out.
Yeah.
Although technically leaving the void could also help clear guilty because I'm sacrificing something important to
Yep.
hurt myself for what I did. I could clear both of them. No,
No, one per go, my friend.
I think then that Cassandra would be overwhelmed right now and would maybe just sit down. Just kind of lost in the moment, just the replay of Suzette being destroyed over and over again, and just sit there. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. She's still there for you. It's not real. And just kind of just try to just focus on like feeling like trying to feel the rock. Is the rock real? Feel myself, like trying to hold on to what she knows is real, is true. Maybe even like wrap her hand around the blade of her sword and try to like just cut into her hand a little bit just to feel like the pain, to know that moment that it's real, just to center herself.
As you're feeling that rock, you actually feel it like jolt a little bit, and you look up and Suzette's right there. I'm not leaving a fight just because it's getting a little weird. This is 100% scary, but I'm not ditching you.
And I want to stand up and have that superhero movie kiss because we're swirling, so where everything just swirls around, like in just that, my bloody hand on her back,
Absolutely.
And I look at her and say, I don't know what the future holds, if we even live through this moment. But I promise you I will not leave your side, ever, from this moment forward.
Right back at you. And that's a move in the game.
That's a little less romantic than I was hoping for. I mean, right back at. I mean, okay, what? Good.
I don't know. I'm feeling. I'm pumped. I'm half adrenaline and half another emotion.
Your
She says,
shirt,
she's like
and
looking.
yeah. And I still want to like pop open more of her shirt. You said all things equal.
Okay, fair, absolutely fair.
Okay.
I will also remind you that if two people kiss in battle, that is anticipated, you get a +1.
Finally, kiss in a dangerous situation is a move in the game. So, Cassandra, you have +1 ongoing for the rest of this combat. So, anything you roll, you get +1 to it.
Yay! And do I get to clear hopeless?
You do not get to clear hopeless, but
what?
You do.
I lost myself in escapism and pleasure. I don't get to.
You weren't quite escaping. You were panicking. But you do have an ally now that's able to help out.
Fine. Boo on you, Matt.
Boo on you. I'm gonna make you work for those conditions. Jesse,
I have
you
3
are
of
up.
them. I'm just trying to survive.
I know. Yeah, 3 you're fine. If I stagger you, you still get to pick easy stuff.
I am gonna use Heat of the Moment, and and I'm gonna
mandatory.
I'm gonna yell up and to the big I'm gonna run as close as I can to him. I'm like, if I can jump up and however I have to, and try to get near him and say, do you really need one of us to fight a battle against all of us? That seems kind of weak for an entity of the void, don't you think? And kind of question it like a little bit more, but I'm gonna try to get him to fucking like abandon Abigail and just start fucking full flaring on us. So
okay. So you can roll plus daring. I'll give you an option. You could do the heat of the moment and roll plus daring. The reminder of the rules text: when you taunt someone into doing something they want to do but find unwise. So he would at some level have to want to get rid of Abigail and just punch you with their weird void ghost hands.
Okay.
But maybe you're appealing to a part of them that does. The other option is I think you could keep the narrative the same, and you could do like a figure them out or an entice roll, possibly.
Can I? Third option. Can I just get him so fucking he wants us all to die, I assume.
You want them to focus on you?
I want him to full flirt, to open up any grab to grab fucking Abigail from these guys. So I go, wow, really you really do seem like a very small person. Is that the energy you exude or what? And let's get. This is gonna be plus daring. That would be a 10 altogether plus daring, because that's +2.
Okay. Yeah, they'll do it in exchange for a small concession or reassurance.
I fucking
You want to be the first to oblivion? Sure. I'll use your body to kill them.
I fucking.
And he gestures towards Beal.
No.
Can I try to, hearing that, can I try to defy disaster?
Yes. There's no technical disaster that's looming. This is more of like the taunt has worked. It's just now you must deal with the consequences of the taunt. What are you trying to negate here with the defy disaster?
I'm trying to negate his ability to take over Jessie.
Okay. I'll say mechanically you get the sense that they can't do that until Jessie's TKO'd.
Okay.
I got time. I got a little bit of time.
Okay.
But there's definitely a sense of aggro energy going towards Jessie at the moment. Actually, I do want to give you something for that because that was a solid roll, and not just you taunted the boss. Jessie, you are used to like getting an emotional reaction out of people, especially with the mask off now. This thing is just nothing. There's no emotions. It is utterly devoid of emotion, which to you is like completely counter to what you're used to facing with the angered and the unseen spirits. This thing has just like shrugged off Julie's hit like it was nothing. There is an absolute vacuous space where this thing should be emotionally. So there's a mystery here that needs to be solved before. If there's any way to solve this, it's not going to be with pure violence. Although it certainly seems intent on doing violence to you.
Hey, just a fun fact while he's probably swinging at my head. Hey, seems really devoid of something! We should probably focus on, I don't know, some other form of, he didn't give it up when I did this whole thing!
Kissed.
So...
Everybody kiss.
Everybody kiss.
Ace
Beal. Beal, you are up.
I truly don't know what to do. I offer emotional support to Jessie.
You can, yeah.
Okay. Darling, you're doing great. We can do this. We can all do this. We just have to stay together. We've got this.
Can I cure hopeless?
If Beal rolls well enough, roll plus heart.
I love you so much,
So
Beal.
help me. If he gets to cure hopeless for that, and I don't get to cure hopeless.
No, that's how you cure conditions.
Yeah, emotional support. Yep. Let's see here.
Whoa.
Just seeing. You do have a -2 to this, by the way, from your condition of guilty.
8.
8. Okay. Still good.
I was so excited about a 10.
I know. I didn't want to take it away from you, but
No, it's okay. You're right.
that is the power of conditions, is that they're going to make those basic moves weaker. Alrighty, so with an 8, mixed beat. Oh my gosh, I can't find emotional support. Ain't that a life story? So, if Jessie opens up to you, which I assume you do, Jessie, you get to choose one, and because you're smitten, you get to choose an extra one. So you can clear a condition, mark XP, +1 forward, or gain insight. You can't choose the same one twice, so you can't like clear double conditions unless there's like a special move that you can do or something like that.
Okay, I will cure hopeless for sure.
Okay.
And God, I already feel like we have so much going on. I will just bank an XP point because I am like very close to getting another level.
Yeah.
So I love you, Beal. Thank you. And
Love you too. Are you feeling okay?
I'll be fine. Just grab Abigail. And I like fucking am like yelling everything at this fucking devoid soulless thing.
And this conversation is happening while, like, this thing is just swinging at Jessie and trying to stab things, and, like, just shatters the platform you're all standing on, and you all go careening into space, and it flies after Jessie. Beal, you are just basically, like, running interference, and it seems, like, dedicated to the idea, no, Jessie's gonna be the first one I took down, because she asked for it. And so it's, like, avoiding you with these strikes, and you're able to, like, give Jessie enough time to kind of recenter and gain ground here.
Can I go for Abigail, or is that too much for one turn?
That's too much for one turn. Yeah, you did the emotional support.
Fair and
Julie,
valid.
you're up.
Yeah. Can I actually give emotional support to Abigail?
I would say that in this state, there is no way of doing that. Like, you can just tell from her black blade that whatever this thing is like occupying her brain and keeping her kind of isolated from the group.
If he's distracted with Jessie, can I grab it from behind, kind of like a bear hug?
Yeah, you can go for a fight.
Does 9.
9. Okay, you get to pick 2, and they inflict 1 back to you.
Conditions aren't going to work on him at all, are they?
You've inflicted 1 condition, and based on
myself.
Jessie's insight, you got a feeling there's no emotions that this thing can have.
Can I bank XP?
Not from fight. You can do you can gain a string on them. You can inflict a condition. You can create an opportunity for an ally, or you can take an object. So clearly, you're doing the take an object. It's just a matter of what the second one is. You can create. You could create an opportunity and give like +1.
Yeah, create an opportunity and take Abigail.
So it's like reaching back to do this big swing at Jessie, and you just claw Abigail up out of his hand and jump up and grab her. It like looks around, and the void just stares at you. And like in that sort of like Castlevania blurred motion thing, they're just on you and grabbing you around the neck. That is going to be a condition back on you, Julie. You only got 1 left. That's a hopeless. Because as it grabs you around the neck, you can feel just infinite cold. It's like it is sucking all life out of you as it holds you there.
Can I? No, I can't. I can't take that, can I?
The blade. No, you only get to do that once per 10+. So if you did another 10+ fight, you could recharge that.
Okay.
But you are the one thing that kind of like you're at 5 conditions now, Julie. But the one thing that like keeps you in the moment is the blade turning blue, and you can hear Abigail in your head.
Yeah. Okay, you're back. That's good.
Perfect timing, Abigail. You're up. What do you do?
I am going to use my moves. Don't give up.
Nice.
Yeah. Once my blade turns blue, I'm gonna say, Julie, you saved me. I love you so much. Let's just take this guy down.
Yeah. I love you too. Which yeah, let's not do that. He's not getting you again. We have to. What is he?
Roll that emotional support.
Alrighty.
Spirit.
I dropped that one. Yeah, I got -2 to emotional support, right? So that's
Oh yeah, because of conditions. Yes, you do.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of math going on right now.
That's okay. I think emotional support is one of those moves that lets you do the mega spend.
Support hearts.
Yeah, if you have a string on Julie, you can spend it to get +3 on this.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's... Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna make that a 7.
Nice. You saved it with the +3. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, Julie, you get to do 1 from the normal move. You get to do 1 because you're an extra 1 because you're smitten with Abigail, and because this is your special Soul Blade move, you automatically clear 1 condition. You can
Actually,
2 conditions. Well, she gets to pick, right? So you clear a condition automatically because it's the don't give up, and then you get 2 because of emotional support, but you're allowed to pick clear a condition twice.
Okay.
Would it be
Cool.
worth it would it be worth it for me to spend my Julie string to bump that up to a 10?
You'd only be able to bump it up to a +8. It's only the person giving emotional support gets to spend the string for the extra +3.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
But Julie, you can clear 2 conditions and then mark XP +1 forward or gain insight.
Oh,
mark XP.
Would we all be able to give our strings? Because we all got those strings from her.
Yes, but she'd only be able to clear up to 2 conditions total.
Okay.
The extra move only gives you the extra condition for free.
I'm gonna clear hopeless and insecure, and I'm gonna take XP, which is gonna result in me taking another move from my playbook, which is ferocious.
Yes.
Ooh.
What does that move do?
Handy for
When
right
you
now.
fight, you may mark a condition to choose an additional option, even on a 6-. Very cool. Could be a risky ploy though. Cassandra.
I think Julie does is risky.
Yeah, everything Julie does is risky. Amazing. Cassandra, you're up.
Gosh, I have like nothing that I can do. I'm gonna go ahead and repartee to try to figure out this entity. When we're in physical conflict, I feel like we are in physical conflict with them.
Oh, 1000%. So yeah,
so
roll
I'm going
plus
to,
wit.
which cancels out my -2. Wait, I have a -2, but I have +2 because I had the Defy Disaster where I got the +1 forward, and then I had something else that just came through where I have a +1. So I get to keep my +2 because that washed out. So I get to keep
Do you have?
+2.
So you have 2 wit.
I have 2 wit.
Okay, so this I think is so the 2 wit gets canceled out by the condition of angry, but then you get the +1 ongoing. I think the +1 to Defy Disaster was just Defy Disaster, right?
It says
the Fools Rush in.
Yes, it is.
It's just Defy Disaster. But I will say, because Suzette is there, Suzette is like, you can see her like doing this like tactical brain analytics thing. I'm going to give you a situational +1 forward for this roll. So, all things considered, after a bunch of math, 2d6 + 2.
8.
8. So you get to ask 2 plus the additional question from your repartee. Figure them out.
So what are the questions? So one of these is
the 2 from your repartee are what would make you run away with me. That'd be wild. Where did you learn to fight? Hey, endless void creature, would you please like to run away with me forever?
Hi. Can we just like get out of here?
I'm open.
What do you think?
I'm open for some consent.
The other ones are, what are your feelings towards blank? What do you hope to get from blank? How could I get you to blank? What do you love most? And how would you feel if I blank?
So I would ask, how can I get you to stop what you're doing? Essentially trying to figure out, like, what are your weaknesses? What can I get you to do to stop this whole thing from happening? I must stop this whole Christmas thing from coming, but how? My other question would be, Where did you learn to fight? But I want to flavor it maybe like in where did you come from?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
what
that
is
totally
your
makes sense.
and then I don't want them to run away with me because that feels like that's just inviting disaster. What were some of the other questions again from the?
What are your feelings towards blank? What do you hope to get from blank? You did the how can you get you to? What do you love
Okay.
most? And how would you feel if I blank?
What? How would you feel if I just gave you a big hug?
You get this like looking at this creature, and Suzette is like, this is definitely an unseen. It's clearly a very powerful one. And like analyzing this thing and just sort of like trying to connect with it. The sense that you get is that this thing, the sort of where does it come from? This thing is the aggregate emotion of nihilism. It is the total disbelief of anything ever mattering. Nothing matters. The universe is cold. It's horrible. It doesn't give a shit about you, your mom, or anyone. We're all just doomed to die, and every moment living is just a painful, volunteer opt-in to struggle. So why bother? Just end it all. Just go into the blackness and finally get to sleep.
I would say to the void, it does matter, you know. Sure, lots of it sucks. There's a lot of shit out there that we all have to deal with. But then you have moments, even if it's just a little one, where someone smiles at you. Or you find that person who has your heart. And it makes all the rest of it all kind of fade away. I'm sorry if we're close to that, but we're trying to put those right for all of you.
The answer to how could I get you how could I get you to give up, to stop what you're doing, and also the answer to how would you feel if I gave you a hug. It's this weird sense of confusion. It's this bewilderment, this like, how is that even an option? Who would ever hug me?
Can I walk up and hug him and be like, you matter. We want to honor you and your memory. We want to help make it right for you.
Roll. First, I want you to give me a Defy Disaster roll to get close in a non-violent way.
And I will even set my sword down. Okay.
In that case, because you're approaching without a sword, I'm going to give you a +1 to this. Hopeless normally gives you a -2, so you've got a -1 from Hopeless.
And this
and
is
then
plus
add.
spirits.
This is. I'm gonna say this is either. I'll give you either +heart, +spirit, or +grace, because you could also just like dodge things.
Those are my three worst. So I'll go with heart, which is the one that I have a +1 in.
All right.
But I have a +1 into Defy Disaster as well.
Yes, you do.
You don't screw me, dice.
I believe in you.
So after all that, I'm at a straight roll, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't get those other +2s from everything else because that was that. Okay, it's a 5. I die. I'm just gonna fall into the void.
Wait,
and just
you
die.
got +1 ongoing from Kiss in a Dangerous Situation. You've got +1 from putting your sword down. That's +2. That cancels out the.
So that gets rid of my. Okay.
And then it's just
it's
just plus heart.
Then it's a 6.
A 6?
Wait. 7. Because I have a 1 to my heart.
Because you rolled a natural 6. Yeah?
I rolled a 5. But I have a +1 to Defy Disaster for Fools Rush In. That moves up to 6.
The other
and I add my 1 for heart.
There we go.
There we go. We got it. Y'all, we mathed it. Hey, when did this game Pathfinder? We got a lot of +1s and -2s happening.
Math. Guys, we're
You-
Where's my
highly
fa-
educated group of humans.
My Thaco, where's that at?
Where's your Thaco? Yeah. You walk forward and just embrace this thing, and it feels so cold, so horrible, and just empty. Give me an emotional support, and I'll say that you can re-roll your lowest dice because Suzette is also like is just following your lead. Is like if Cassandra's doing it, I'm doing it, and is just hugging from the other side.
So emotional support, is that heart
Plus
as
heart
well?
or plus spirit. All your best stats.
Yep, plus heart. Okay,
You got plus one
so
from
I get a
Abigail.
+1 from Suzette going forward,
Yep.
but I have a -2 to emotional support because of guilty,
Yep.
because of all
So I
these
think
awesome conditions I have.
I
But
think
it's a straight
flat
roll. But I rolled 2 4s, so I will roll again to see if I can get a higher one because you said I can re-roll my lowest one.
If you want to, but yeah.
I also rolled another 4, so it's 8.
It's 8.
It was meant to be.
Can I and someone else possibly spend a string to bump this?
If you want to. If you've got strings on Cassandra, you could bump this.
I think I have strings on everyone right now.
You would have had a
got
string on me
you.
from earlier on because I was smitten with you earlier on.
Yes.
Ooh,
You
I
definitely
have
have a
2 strings on Cass. I'm happy to spend a string on Cass and go. Cass, you're doing great. I'm coming. We're coming.
Nice.
Exactly. And it's like,
And anyone else has a string on Cass? I think Julie and
I think
so,
Jessie
yeah.
does too.
Oh, then hell yeah! I'm like,
Yeah.
Thanks, Jessie.
Hey, I literally pulled up Roll20 to double check. Kick the motion's ass! I yelled at you.
Go for it.
you reach out and hug, and you just sort of bear the weight of centuries of disregard and horrible happenings. Every random ass disease, every random horrible tragedy, every cheating, every broken heart. You bear the weight of all of that. And everything starts to go very, very quiet. Abigail, you're once again on the bus. And you see this figure, their mask back on, staring out at a car that's heading straight for the bus. This is the moment you didn't see back in your real life, or at least the life before the one you have now.
I don't understand. And maybe I never will. But this feels, and that is different than before. Perhaps I should sleep.
sleep is good. I'm gonna just reach across and hold out my hand as we wait for this car to hit that bus.
You can choose where you get off this time. The next,
You know what?
or the now.
You know, I think I like where I ended up.
It's warmer there.
And the car smashes into the bus, and you all tumble to the cold stone of the temple where you came from. The portal is gone. It is a colorless gray stone. You are out of the never, back in the now. Abigail, clattering to the ground, there is this like your plastic little toy sword is now this like onyx black crystallized hilt with no blade. Still in the shape that it was, but just different. And you feel a little bit more there. You feel physical. more so than you have been before.
I'll lean down and pick it up and click the button.
A white blade shoots out, just tinged with little drips of red and orange and yellow and blue and purple and violet, just this cascading glow. And you all rouse yourselves, you all dust yourself off. Suzette is just like buried in Cassandra. You think probably for completely benign, platonic, just emotional reasons.
Yeah, of course.
Here, at the edge of the known world, you are surrounded by lost knowledge, mysteries, danger. But more importantly, you are surrounded by your friends, your lovers, and your family. Confident that whatever happens next, you will face it together. Confident that each of your stories is powerful, important, that you are important. And that is what matters most. And that is also the end of our game. Thank you so much for coming on a journey with us, for having a tale of drama and thirst and fantastic lesbians aboard a ghost hunting pirate ship. What happens in the library? What happens of Lady Beguila? Will Suzette and Cassandra go off into the sunset and live happily ever after? Will Julie go back to her opera singing ways, but perhaps under her own flag? What about Jessie and Beale? All these questions will someday find answers. But for now, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We love you. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us. Until next time.
Hey, Suzette, do you want to see some mermaids?
No.
Oh! Goodbye, everybody. We love you.